On the economic front, Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP pledged to transform Ghana within 18 months, as I said, grow our economy at double digits, reduce borrowing, ensure fiscal discipline, bring down the cost of living, lower taxes, and protect the public purse. They promised also to move Ghana from taxation to production. In effect, none of these has been achieved. Instead, Ghanaians have been subjected to excruciating hardship and deprivation resulting directly from the mismanagement of the economy by a government that lacks the humility to accept responsibility and the capacity to appropriately diagnose the root causes of the challenges that have brought us here. Through these investments, we have created the opportunity for Ghanaians to enjoy the ease of electronic transactions. Indeed, Ghanaians have taken to the ease of electronic transactions very well. Mobile money payments are used for remittances to parents in the villages. They are used in the markets and supermarkets to pay for groceries. They are used by market women and other traders to replenish their stock, and they are used at filling stations to pay for fuel and services rendered. Recently, our president was asked in a BBC interview why he was choosing to tax the incomes of Ghanaians in their electronic wallets that had already been taxed. The president's answer was that it is the newest and fastest growing sector of our economy that is not being taxed. We've always sung the first stanza of our national anthem, which asks for God's blessing on our homeland, Ghana. And it enjoins us to resist oppressors' rule. Many have not taken the time to observe the second stanza of our national anthem, and the lyrics bear reflection. It says, "Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity, with our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in mist or storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now and forevermore." This stanza calls for a nation strong in unity and enjoins us with our gift of mind and strength of arm to serve our motherland, Ghana, now and forevermore.
Go placidly amid the noise and the haste. And remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
E-Levy akwaba. Yeah, Dogana for yeah, pay E-Levy. Yashani Musa. Development. Ghana is coming to be like America. Ghana is going to be like Dubai. Oh my God, E-Levy. Oh, E-Levy. Oh, I want to be double. Me your man, papa. E-Levy akwaba. Yeah, Dogana for yeah, pay E-Levy. Yashani Musa. Development. Ghana is coming to be like America. Ghana is going to be like Dubai. Oh my God, E-Levy. Oh, E-Levy. Oh, I I want to be double. Me your man, papa. E-Levy, akwaba. Take me at. Yeah, do Ghana for yeah, pay E-Levy. That's any musa. Development. Ghana is coming to be like America. Ghana is going to be like Dubai. Oh my God, E-Levy. E-Levy. I want to be double. Me your man, papa. E-Levy.
Uhun samuma okwa yesi yi okro okoti no the agents of nkwa na onyan kwase yampan na ne Rebecca Kufuado kra ye dey use Rebecca ohwe na one kwati a meda ho bra oba America I'm going to get you eye Rangers was a special warm up today blast your makuomo kwasia wanze okoti nyina dia beto abontisa ese nkruma abaya ne se woda ho a wa yesi oba pepepe woni ni nyina moye ma wankodi na nko ohun wadi ase oba da bridge wankodi na nko ohun na obi a oba da bridge okope oba edan jimifo sika na so se no kwasia mpanyini ya de ejina so ya da so ya homachi ejina so pampe hwan na betimi abebodi ase makodi nda Ghana ni be hwan na betimi abebodi ase makodi nda ya da so ya homachi ejina so tawe ya bi okura na wani utam nso okura se obeda so ya una wada ho chia mu achi oya na pese oda aya odu wafu butu okura ntimi nda because ade ejina so sa odi agura na udi agura form na beti nyami show bibia so tie na kra every 1 minute bi abola council and boys ni ya adwuma forever and ever yemi one anti no wo option tena konya so free nyami show bibia
antenya duwana light anu nana kafra antenya duwana light anu nana kafra antenya duwana light anu nana kafra antenya duwana light anu nana kafra
uhun samuma okwa yesi yi okro okoti no the agents of nkwa na onyan kwase yampan na ne Rebecca Kufuado kra ye dey use Rebecca ohwe na one kwati a meda ho bra oba America I'm going to get you eye Rangers was a special warm up today blast your makuomo kwasia wanze okoti nyina dia beto abontisa ese nkruma abaya ne se woda ho a wa yesi oba pepepe woni ni nyina moye ma wankodi na nko ohun wadi ase oba da bridge wankodi na nko ohun na obi a oba da bridge okope oba edan jimifo sika na so se no kwasie mpanyini ya de ejina so ya da so ya homachi ejina so pampe hwan na betimi abebodi ase makodi nda Ghana ni be hwan na betimi abebodi ase makodi nda ya da so ya homachi ejina so tawe ya bi okura na wani utam nso okura se obeda so ya una wada ho chia mu achi oya na pese oda aya odu wafu butu okura ntimi nda because ade ejina so sa odi agura na udi agura form na beti nyami show bibia so tie na kra every 1 minute bi abola council and boys ni ya adwuma forever and ever yemi one anti no wo option tena konya so free nyami show bibia have na mu na ahwe kwasi aya no kra ye de ejina so tente bawe se kra ya ye nkodi obia
antenya duwana light anu nana kafra antenya duwana light anu nana kafra antenya duwana light anu nana kafra.
Hi, babe. I had to put on my face shades today. Because when I look left, I see you. When I look right, I see you. When I look up, I see you. When I look down, I see you. When I look all around the air, I go to bounce like a circle, you go to bounce there, well, but then you come steady, I still see you. Because when I put on my face shades, you the only one I see that day. Bye, babe. And that's why you, my WCW today, I love you, babe.
Good evening and welcome to With All Due Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's exactly 3:30 p.m. US East Coast time. It's definitely 7:30 in Ghana. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is With All Due Respect Extended Version. My producers are called the Ghost Team. It's exactly, as I told you. Thank you very much for being live tonight. We are live on so many platforms. In fact, we are live on some very important platforms tonight. We are streaming across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. We are live on Loud Silence TV. We are live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are also live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. Loud Silence TV on Facebook. With All Due Respect, it's also our Facebook page. It's our main Facebook page. We are live on With All Due Respect page on Facebook. Some very important platforms are cross-posting this show tonight. NDC TV are live, cross-posting on Facebook. We also have 1957 Project this evening, live on Loud Silence TV. We also have Benjamin Wayo Mahama cross-posting on Facebook this evening. Ghanaian Citizen TV are picking us live tonight. Honorable Joseph Yamin's page, they're also picking us this evening. I have Kevin Taylor, my official page, also streaming the show live on Facebook. Hopex TV and radio are also live. We are live on Loud Silence TV across the world. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Today, we'll be talking about Ghana. How is everyone doing? How is the family? It's been a while. I actually told you guys I was taking a break. Go underground to take care of a few things. And the reason I'm laughing, anytime I say underground, my wife starts to laugh. There's a reason for that. But I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. And I'd like to say happy Eid to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, Mr. Article, and all my Muslim brothers and sisters across the world. I would like to say happy Eid. I know this one is a belated one, but hey, I have to do it. We did that on our page on Facebook. So tonight, if you hear, this show is in 4 segments. If today is the first time on this platform, this show is in 4 segments. The first segment is what we call the hello segment, where I say hello to every single individual watching me tonight across the world. And the second is the social media segment, where we pick stories from different social media platforms, deal with them. Lots and lots of things to talk about tonight. The third is the editorial of the day. That's the pound for pound. We will be discussing the verdict or the Supreme Court of Ghana, their judgment on the E-Levy brouhaha, or whatever you want to call it. The final segment is opening the phone lines for you to also call in and speak your mind on the topics we will treat today. This is an international platform. It is bigger, it's stronger, it is more educative, more informative than any platform around the world, especially in Ghana. So if you're watching me tonight, you are blessed, and I'm blessed to be here tonight. We are here to listen to the truth. I keep saying that when you become part of this family, I mean people who believe in the truth, people who watch this show every single day, you will never miss out, because here we speak truth to power. You can donate to support this platform this evening on Momo. If you feel you don't want to go ahead and do this on Momo, it is also fine. You can do it on Momo through 055-889-3032. 055-889-3032. That is the MTN Momo. If you feel you don't want to go through MTN Momo, the government is cheating you and all that, we respect your view. And also our PayPal, KTWADR, you can donate to support the show. Cash App, KTWADR, you can also donate through Cash App to support the Loud Silence $1 donation project. It's very, very important. I have so many things here I have to go through, but I'll take care of it. So, yes. I'm Dean Eddie Kevin Akobedu Taylor show where, with all due respect, extended version, I'm the free United States of America, Edinburgh, specifically Washington, D.C. area. And you bring Ghana Honsem, Jumadie Bia, you can't Ghana, Abrabomunsem, teach you Ghana politics. Mamunim say, you break and I say, you take a short break to take care of some business. We are back fully to make sure, say, you serve Ghana the truth. Into you bring Ushamia, live, Loud Silence TV, so, Multi TV on Sabakaya, you say live. Loud Silence TV, so YouTube, so on Sa Ebekaya, Loud Silence TV or Facebook, your page, and so on Sa Ebekaya. With all due respect, and so your page or Facebook, and also on Sa Ebeka Jumadie way, Nina Pepe. Yeah, platforms be and say pages be on Facebook. I'll be to me follow them. Almost epic show we live across the world. Inti be NDC TV. Ube to me follow and also be to my picky on my idiom on Facebook. Yeah, but live via on the ball in Kaye and one so Wabeka Jumadi 1957 project and so another Facebook page. Almost so eka Jumadi we hu almofa Eddie FM frame him and me reself and nyina obia 1957 project so Facebook ube to me follow omo. Benjamin Wayo Mahama ya branch bi asebi on the Facebook page no. Adusua ene nchechiremu no ene no krane de eho ena onsa beka no Benjamin Wayo Mahama page no obetumi akọ follow no yeba live bia wonsa ebeka you get a poke or a notification to be part of the show. Ghanaian Citizen TV so here another platform your Facebook obetumi akọ ama wonsa aka juma diewe yo Honorable Joseph Yamin so Facebook page official page no or Facebook no so mo peke anadwi we are seeing na obia etie enokre no Kevin Taylor me aka some official page or Facebook no kwa check website no na check followers no there are a few things you need to check and send away follow you nipa be review amode bidin ebia Facebook account sebio omodi ebu nkofo to be very very careful oko Facebook now search for Kevin Taylor search uhu Kevin Taylor hwe nipa dodo omodi mechi na hwe website bi wo me profile no click it so your website no obo say this is the official page of Kevin Taylor and sana we follow sa page no Hopex TV and radio so platform obi to me follow Hopex TV and radio. They are also picking this show live across the world. The topic on everyone's lips and I say asema da Ghana for anu nyina nsem mienu die din kan E-Levy ena die die chire kebima min kebia sebio oba nsentro edwumemu anase nsemtro edwumem journalist omo Ghana ende report bia ba bontene sa report we afibia eba chire ekuro bia so senia oman no ene ebu journalism edwuma no sebio aban na owo so no oma nsemtwerefo saa ahonya no anasa akonya no mo so etumi kire omadwene fan abra sebio omfa police anasa omfa nipa bi a etuturafo bi enku journalist anasa omontata omo anasa omonka omkasaboa enshow muyem. That is the word statement I was looking for. Senior abina oteso no onka nsemtwerefo kasaboa enshow muyem suppress journalism anasa press freedom no nipa omoye nsemtwerefo no omunya saa ahoka no anasa saa independence no enfanye adwuma and the report na ba no nana do danko ekufu ado showboy nana nie yes nana se wabroni ode afri bibia ne da ne 30 ya ba bedru 60 ede na ama abesi ade aba bedru mpempensue sebio MPP abanwe kojo ponkruma oye Minister of Information aba bontene abechirechare kudie ntia ni se Ghana for ye sa report we tum enipa bebra kan sem benefits na kasa GIJ boss Ghana Journalist Association for boss so akasa Media Foundation ye beboni nyina ye bechirechire na adenti na abanwe embreso yehu sa numbers we are sebio echire se kebima mi kebia na se freedom of speech and I said press freedom and my main kind of sa and here press freedom senior incentive for obenya sa akwenya no dwuma environment sebio omunsuro bia ombeka no kure no senior tie adenti na kufu ado a sebio also lawyer all the certificates and then na abreso no yehu sansem we ye be chirechirem begdi hu nkomo meka nsem bi wo ho eno so asema edapono so na the next one E-Levy, the Supreme Court of Ghana, the unanimous Supreme Court, and the omudin the E-Levy transaction court. Sebio and the court ninja bibia a lot of transactions happen. Or transactions so near and our assembly come on. Very very important to say you bet churches assembly and the Supreme Court justice in India boa dano. Adani Business Center, Adani Makola, Malata, Adani baby obet my friend say Kotokraba Market, Usika and a wasam. Na a healthy Emma Ghana democracy na and the Supreme Court na imrebi omubu assembly no omase bu assembly afa E-Levy no mo kai say NDC for E-Levy passage no the Supreme Court e ko kire mu say senior omofa so e pass E-Levy no eni kwan mu and the E-Levy no Supreme Court agiatum say yankoso na ye ma E-Levy no enye dwuma o kai say time MDC for E-Levy assembly koda Supreme Court no na emremu no ekire se na aban no eni ho kwan se obekoso anase obeka se E-Levy no yenkoso ne yenjeje eto no anase amanfo enye E-Levy no na yenje eto mfiri omo ho MPP aban no ebumra so I'm going to Supreme Court no so ewa adwene foforo efa saa de no ho eye nsem a sebio ewo se ende yenya botre na echichirim magana ni bia so etene ho ase efiri se oman na etim no se court a eye court pon anase the Supreme Court no se oma anya nyoma no na kwan so anase oma anya very truthful in their deliberations. That's oma very inconsistent. When their inconsistencies become very consistent, then it's a recipe for disaster. And no ho enkomo enenwumbre yedi ye ni bekire na yedi ho nkomo. And in some wo in some good table so along the way no in some wo ho a yebedi ho nkomo o so wo go ontoma akotela ni ho a that's otwa ntoma na no a ahoma bi ba no eno ne friend say eye surplus no eno so in some besi a yebetwe ni nyina bem ama yedi ho nkomo wo ha nwumbre am din e de Kevin Akobedu Taylor show we with all due respect extended version your friend the pound for pound show obi a wo ha bia nyame nhira no. I'll be right back after this short break. Na ya den na ya start dwumedie no wo ha fra unia na unia fra ne nua say Kevin Taylor go steam our live. I'm here, you are also here. We will speak truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to With All Due Respect extended version.
We've always sung the first stanza of our national anthem, which asks for God's blessing on our homeland Ghana. And it enjoins us to resist oppressors' rule. Many have not taken the time to observe the second stanza of our national anthem, and the lyrics bear reflection. It says, "Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity, with our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in mist or storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now and forevermore." This stanza calls for a nation strong in unity and enjoins us with our gift of mind and strength of arm to serve our motherland, Ghana, now and forevermore. We've always sung the first stanza of our national anthem, which asks for God's blessing on our homeland, Ghana. And it enjoins us to resist oppressors' rule. Many have not taken the time to observe the second stanza of our national anthem, and the lyrics bear reflection. It says, "Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity, with our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in mist or storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now and forevermore." This stanza calls for a nation strong in unity and enjoins us with our gift of mind and strength of arm to serve our motherland, Ghana, now and forevermore.
We are going to turn the whole country upside down, one by one.
Well, how will you do it?
Well, we will die and they will bury us. We are going to turn the whole country upside down, one by one.
Well, how will you do it?
Well, we will die and they will bury us.
All right, welcome back to the show. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost Team. This is With All Due Respect extended version. We are streaming live from our studios here in Washington, D.C. We are live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. We are live on Loud Silence TV proper on Multi TV. We are live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are also live on With All Due Respect With All Due Respect page on Facebook. Very important platforms are cross-posting this show live across the world. So if you're here tonight, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. Na edian na AC. I want for you to show me. Edian AC. She see the moment no. I'm seeing a year Opoku K Thomas watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Opoku. Senior Ramsey. Senior Ramsey said he wants to get married. On this platform into what we Senior Ramsey no bahana or hana so feel Senior Ramsey within kanasem. Lydia Arichi is here. I love you, Lydia. Thank you very much for being here. Ogatu T is watching Kevin Taylor and Ghost Team. Adam Abdullah is watching Kevin Taylor. Pa Mensa is also live here. I can see Ogatu T again. Thank you very much, Oga. Pa Mensa is back again. Henry Wood is watching me tonight across the world. Thank you very much, Henry. Marian Vulcan is watching me this evening. Marian, good evening. Eric Akon is also live here on Loud Silence TV. Ni Tete Ni is also watching me. Frederick Amegbe is also live here on Loud Silence TV. On YouTube, I can see so many people. Ajwa Manyo is here. Good evening, Ajwa. Michael Ejechum is also live on Loud Silence TV. Ohineba Otu Kufi Yeboah watching me tonight. Serum Nomanyo is watching me this evening. Claude Charles is live on Loud Silence TV. I can also see Kukwa watching me. Good evening, Mikro Fantini Besia. Good evening, Kukwa. The Babs GH. How are you doing, sir? Link up, the Babs. Yahaya Baturi is watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team. Siriam Nomanyo is back again. Dankwa TV is live here. Victor Dimaule is watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team. Adonu Florence on YouTube. Queen P YouTube. Abe Mohammed YouTube. Adam Abdullah YouTube. I can also see Duma Tori watching Kevin Taylor this evening. Bonsoir Juma. Good evening wherever you are. If you're watching me from the Francophone areas, countries, I'd like to say bonsoir. With all due respect and direct Washington DC, la patrouche et contrat c'est tout le break longtemps break. Pourquoi Vexi show and direct les Loud Silence TV Facebook, les Loud Silence TV YouTube, les Loud Silence TV Multi TV around francophone transmit live transmission au Togo, au Niger, au Burkina Faso, Cameroon, au francophone à la monsieur. The American na on tia sia we ni abria Kevin dey na okay French. I me catch the omomote French ne say Kevin Taylor ba. Na show we with all due respect ya feel omo no so afie na baby omo nyina omo nsa betuma kan o Loud Silence TV so YouTube and French on tia sia asam no ayo bebre na Kevin so na ne atesa enye French na meka aha nti e bibi sa na on tia sia bra ho ase mekirikirim ebi ho nipa bebre ho mo nti de kana say oh na den na Kevin kan dem person ko da be ye beka ho kasa benya abotre cafe abodai cafe bodai aha so miniano miniano in for so okay mi bibio a break ne mi yebu Loud Silence TV e dona atankpa ni atankpa atane ejomi fifio bibio nike so and also enkran for the enkran na make no me catch them krom enkran for me call for enkran for ya ni akome for aha said Loud Silence TV asaba Kevin Taylor ba show no betwa so nti anya ade bi ehu bia me akasa no munim na good evening to Mustik Lawa, the one and only Mustik Lawa. If you are in the Obuasi area and you want to talk to me and ask a person, you reach out to me. Only Mustik, he is the only person I trust. Babuasi Asamdia, any Pierrot one. But Mustik is the godfather in Obuasi. Good evening to Halifa. Halifa is the last bodyguard in Obuasi. Thank you very much, Halifa. Good evening to Chief Yahuza in the Obuasi Zongo. Good evening to Shaban and all the parliament. What's the name of the parliament? Pierrot send me the name of the parliament and I mean say hello to them. So miniano bibio Kevin aba kasabia ye can be kasabia I ye can hausa kakra ye ni answer so ye katwi kakra ye can fancy micro fancy for worship menwumbre Kevin tell amaba inyo me fancy nyankasa to that or wana inyo it tell me dinner or ye Kevin Ekobedu Taylor e me nyam fancy kran another me nyobia me na baby awako from abeshem fancy fu mu there be fancy me from alote emi wo from Ekobedu me mfantini amankasa me bo abroad nyankasa so it is not side by side alote Jacobs only me be free and nkanya sam na nkran mfantifo ye nyankasa na ye dwonwa e den alote Jacobs ye mfantini but micro mfantifo. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Good evening to people at Pedu all the way to Ayeldo to Fantinya Nkomase all the way to Mankesim one hour to adu nyina nyankopon hira wo bia titi nkwanta idibewura oye incredible. So good evening to all the Fanti brothers. Death row parliament in Obuasi. Death row parliament. Yeah, you did draw death row. And so Yahuza and all the brothers there. Good evening to you guys. Kasabe na menkaye. Yeah. Good evening to Yade Bawasabani. My friend Mr. Article and all the friends around. Safia is way me and I'm to you from cat from our cat and Nanta. But Safia, I promise you I'll get you a new one. So Bawasawani, Yade, good evening to the chief imam, good evening to all the Muslims around the world, especially in Ghana. I'd like to say Happy Eid Mubarak. I am here, your son. Sometimes I'll criticize you guys. Sometimes I'll make sure that I tell you what has to be told. Sometimes you might like me, sometimes you might hate me, but still, Chief Imam ni onwankasa ofili me. Chief Imam ankasa onwankasa na kumi bawasaba Allah de bi obompa ya mami nti wo no de obeka no wo de wo case kura de nti na wo Chief Imam kura matum na wo jara bi a yetre wo jara bi a wo hye na yetre wano ding and Kevin twoni ankasa Chief Imam ya day good evening to you. I know God will bless you and make sure say you live longer, and we want you to hit around 180 200 230 240 550 horn baby very, very important. Good evening to the Chief Imam. Kasani akani nyine wi asante kasani enwumre mi cheo bia wa ya asante memu. Otufo osetutu nana wakwara na me nana ode hye ne me matese waba eye America. And then nana metis mi hu se na woni Memphis mayor said the air golf. Semi maka, me see we enya no bonne so we prima ni hene. Oyo hene we ni bi. Ahemfo send it to me golf and that from sa. Inti nana waba betu Memphis na wo. Yes event bi because of Memphis. Nana ochina bi bi bebero ma amanfo ehu de esi o Memphis. Inti otufo osetutu enwumbre nana ohene kase michia waba America nana se wankasa wo bibia ha edaye dana wa wo hwe sa golf pitch no eno hwe de okumas na wo tse nde mete se ne host abo na nyankura host wo bode dem kukuro e wo de ai give it 10 Ghana nana o se Kevin bodam enti nana won kwanso menim so feel me nana me so me feel ai waba de na waba yeje won kwanso yeje akwaba nana. Now, the next one is I need to clear a lot of things. I've actually said hello to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Into munyina, ayana moye sala no time moye sala na moye sala party ni ade no. Otumi so bi ho otumi ba party ni bi. I mete say mo New York mo ntuma anya party no because in so toye. Na mo ankasa moye calculation mu se nkofo bi o ma anya sala no. O ma anya chiriwia no. Meaning mo nkofo di bo New York especially. Apart from Mr. Article and Safia, there are a few people in New York. Omanya salano, omanya sala, minim. Oh, some mushama, omusham, and some to say, in some what ding. Or yes, hey, hello to say, now salano, onya, what is an obwa, or your 2 pe, and look at your food too, 1.5. Omanya, but the only at least about Mr. Article, and me at you, omina and sister no more, any moment, now who pa, omanya is out, omina and sister, omanya salano, by any dear bay. It's Mimpesame me come in my body, into Mimpesame body. And thank you very much. Now, there are a few things to be also clear now. Ever phone, I want to phone, I didn't want to say ever. I want to phone so, I didn't the munim, Miankasa, Mela Copelak blem, Efo, Nyola, Jaffa, Livingston, Mazabo, any Rockstone, Adiaquado, any Vivian Azagwajo. Munina Lala Vivio Ebrik Emezebo Mela Copena Ifo la I want to make cans no and this just say I want to follow Mela Copena say I theocracy didn't rain no I and they say if more money the ifo become America into I want to follow so be chia bia imprem dia kasa ya kanyina na ekuapem fo na me mo kasa ekuapem fo nya me shiro bia say nyumre dia mo ho a imprem mu take Kevin Taylor bia mo bia mframa pam ho na otwanya ponyankopon mbie akwan emma mo dia bo so beka bia enye jojo mi ankasa bekuapem fo nyame enhira mo. All right, thank you very much. I can't hoza, I can't fancy, I can't santi, I can't create oh how on the same, I can't hoza kakra. A dear partner bit my ultimate yabano na yaba. Okay, so do the do. I can say na Kevin Taylor already know yes idea we share. Now the last name we share in Koto. You can follow in Koto on you can follow in Koto on Facebook and YouTube. In Koto NKOTO101. Go on YouTube and follow Inkoto NKOTO101. Thank you very much, Mr. S. Thank you very much. I was waiting for this. I've been waiting for this the whole day. Inkoto NKOTO101. You can also follow. In fact, I need to put all the people. For EBD or Mochi. It's very, very important. Follow Inkoto. Our YouTube, any Facebook. NKOTO101. Our Facebook, any YouTube. Follow Piero1. PIERO. WAN, Piero1, Facebook. These are the legitimate people I want you to follow, because the information you get from here, these platforms, or you get these informations. Piero, Pierowan, also a show, our Loud Silence TV. So follow him on Facebook right now. Majority of these guys are supposed to get over 5,000 followers from today. It's very, very important. Piero1, or then the Ashanti regional correspondent, or show, our Loud Silence TV. So Pierowan, Piero1. Follow him on Facebook. You can also follow Mr. Article, and I said Real Talk, REALTALK, and this is a show at All Loud Silence TV. So Real Talk, REALTALK, and yeah, Mr. Article, and I said Shafiq Suleiman on the platform. No. Follow these pages. These pages, they are very, very important pages. I also say follow. You also need to follow Avram Ben Moshe. I hope I got it right. Avram Ben Moshe. Also, Avram too is on Loud Silence TV. Remember, Avram will Loud Silence TV so on Wednesdays and also on Saturdays. Saturday 9 p.m., Wednesdays 12 in the afternoon. I think so. We'll 2 more slots very soon. Follow Ransford Kebwache or Radio Good. He also will be coming back with his afternoon show. Pampas on very, very soon. Into Ransford Kebwache, so you can follow him on Facebook too on Radio Good. Who else is supposed to be mentioned? Machine Gun Preacher, Saforo will be coming back on Loud Silence TV from his location very, very soon. Saforo, go on Facebook and look for Saforo TV. Saforo TV on YouTube too. You will get him live. These are people who are on this platform. So you need to understand, say, knowledge now make a boma sebio. It is not easy. These are smart, intelligent young men. Some are not easy to access. Access their pages and the changes in the system. Some few I will remind followers. Into Mabo Piero, Ransford. I've mentioned Inkoto. I've mentioned Mr. Article. I've mentioned Avram Ben Moshe. Who else is missing here? I think that's it, right? Mr. S, if I've missed someone, guys, let me know before I forget. I got 3 minutes now. Officially, I started showing tea. I want to get some things very, very right. I think basically, yes, Black Rasta. Thank you very much. Black Rasta is also on Loud Silence TV every single day. I think you will catch him Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And not 12 in the afternoon to 1. 12 to 1 in the afternoon. Black Rasta and Black Port. Go on YouTube and follow the Black Port. I think that is the name. The Black Port. Any in the show, no? Sign your friend. But you can also the Black Port, but it is Black Rasta Empire. Yes, that is his media. Black Rasta Empire. Black Rasta 2 is on Loud Silence TV. It's very, very important. We are not done yet. Lots and lots of people will be coming on Loud Silence TV, but we will only be allowing people who are ready to speak truth to power. If you talk to any of these guys, I don't interfere in any show. As far as you are ready to speak the truth, that's all. You have the platform. And all the people I've mentioned here, they all have their credibility. Talk about Black Rasta. He's gained that credibility with consistency in his delivery. Talk about Inkoto. He has also gained that respect and in his delivery. You can see consistency in there. Mr. Article speaks in Hausa, speaks in English. Consistency, you know that. We are talking about Saforo. He has gained that. We are talking about Piero1. Everybody knows what Piero can do. We are talking about Avram Ben Moshe, critical thinking, making sure say, so this is a very, very solid platform. We just don't say things. We are going to bring other people on board, but we want to make sure say everything is intact before we open the floodgate. Sometimes we pick a Bobi and show, the Citizen show. Sometimes you pick it into Citizen show alongside Lord Kenya and the Citizen show, Bobi and Science show on Accra FM. Sometimes we pick it into alongside Coco. Alongside Cocovelli, alongside their feature, we feature them sometimes. Bobi answer Commander Boham. On Commander, who says so good glass in Peru, who's the or the Twitter glass now here. It's okay, Commander Boham. And you can also watch Bobi answer any listo David not Bobi answer show. So say Ekufuado or Shata Debi. Bipacho Bamu did not say at Mama Mene. Listo, you crossing you. Listo, yeah. Okay, that's a Messiah Gabu. Listo was say, Egu for the Akrabia, Adriani be obedi, Inti, Oshata Debia, Tada, friend Mama Mene. Listo, the Kaya, Boys way. Some people be akorao o wemu udi omochi a ohu enti o se Kufuor atade e hye no odi aduane bi abi o yo so mama mene sa atade de bi de hye enti mu hwe Kufuor we list on the kan na kan. All right, thank you very much for being here tonight. Let's take care of business right now. So many things to discuss today enti and yeah should I waste that much time before election 2020 BBC and at the crazy no I want people to sometimes it's good to recollect. It's good to go back, reflect on things. Sibio, Ayana, Yema, Yini, Enkoso. Journalism we've been talking about is all about making sure that whatever you are putting out there is the fact. With me, the reason why I'm not scared when I'm working is because every single document I put out or every single thing I talk about, I know, say, I have fact checked it and I know it's the truth. Indeed, we are journalists. I sit here and I keep telling people, so Loud Silence TV is not a neutral platform. It is not neutral. It is a platform that criticizes government. And it does not matter which government is in power. If the government is messing up, like what Kufuor, this Lilliput and his junkies are doing, we will criticize. If tomorrow power changes and it's the NDC in power, we will criticize. But as we speak now, this platform is a platform to make sure this corrupt government is kicked out of power. I'm not going to come sit here and make you think I'm a journalist and I'm some superhuman being. I don't like the NPP in government tonight, right now. They are not people you can trust. And we need to start speaking like that if you're a journalist. Every journalist votes. Me sitting here telling you, say, I don't like this government, does not mean, say, if another government comes to power and they are fooling, I cannot say it. Even me telling you I don't like this particular government, it gives me a lot of room. And I say it gives me a lot of opportunities to criticize even the next government, if it's the NDC. For journalists to hide behind, I'm a journalist and I don't have to tell you where I belong to, that kind of thing. And I say, those kind of journalists are the people, because every single journalist needs to know what they are talking about. So be a journalist and then not catch or say, I can't tell you which party I think I like, then that journalist is a liar. The reason is simple. Me MPP ni, I don't like this government. It does not mean say me MPP ni. Obi a NDC ni onpe ebia de na Mahama in 2016 because of some things he thought to say wasn't done right. It does not make that person a bad person. The founder of the NDC criticized the NDC. It does not mean that he's not a founder. So it is very important as journalists, we let people know our stance. Send your buyer, they can actually assess us when we are analyzing issues. Because if I don't know where you belong and you are analyzing, I don't know what is behind your head, who you are doing propaganda for. And you can only tell them I'm doing propaganda when you have facts to counter my facts. I can only say you are doing propaganda when you make a statement and you cannot justify that statement. I can say you are doing propaganda when you made a statement yesterday and that same statement, you are trying to change it today to suit somebody. I can tell you because I have a footage to show to you. So if a journalist in Ghana cannot sit and tell you I'm a Democrat, maybe I'm an NDC person, I like the philosophy of the NDC, but I can criticize the NDC or criticize the NPP, then that person is a liar. And that is why we are here today. Now, before election 2020, something happened in Ghana. What happened was the NDC, MPP, other political parties, call EC. They be a beto ba ye check baby ubi abeda anameboa. And Peace FM, your one station, be very powerful. Powerful because they have managed to lie to the people to the point whereby they do propaganda in a way where when you are not smart, you will not know. The Omo say they use the language chi kasano and omode da Ghana for. So when you go to Peace FM especially, you see somebody like Dan Kweku Yeboah, you see somebody like Kwame Sefa Kaimone Omo Hono. They deliberately use the language to lie to people. And if you're not smart in communication, in language, you should be very, very smart, especially maybe you're a communicator for a government or a party, or you yourself, you're a journalist. You need to be very, very smart when it comes to language, communication, dialogue. Now, before election 2020, something happened at Peace FM. Anytime I say, when people sit on TV, on radio, no one say, me a journalist. I can't tell you which party I like, or philosophy, and now what they have done. That person is a liar. A kind of orgy, a contractual. Now, time omoko to a balloting. before election 2020 yaw. Our parties ni nyina ko isia ye ko yi ya ehu bibi obi abeda no. Uba Peace FM baka. Eye Dan Kweku ye bo ade bia meka na asem wo ha wabetena nkran so many years na hu mfi hu ase de bia mfuturo abo no ho. They were campaigning for Ekufuado. And sometimes Rebecca said, why are you so hard on these people? Why are you so hard on these clowns? I'm hard on them because because they are tribal fools. Massacre. They are ignorant. They are deliberately misinforming the people because they know the majority of our people are vulnerable. In fact, so about Ghana, about 60% of Ghanaians are illiterates. And majority of them, when you give them documents to read and break down, they don't get it. We have to understand about 20% of Ghanaians and a bit matam and woman ready before. So not just going to school makes you somebody who is literate and who is intelligent. It's about how you are able to decipher, you are able to read somebody's language, and make some better use of it to benefit yourself and people around you. Now let's watch this. And this was before election 2020. And they see before election 2020 how journalists were shot, how people were attacked, all that this government did. And this is what happened at Peace FM premises. About 6 minutes. Press freedom in seminar as we move forward. Watch this guy and let's see what we can make out of it. You're still watching With All Due Respect extended version. I'm trying to get a video here. My system again. At this point, it looks like say I'll see a shuttle company down.
Mr. Dan Kwakuya-Boa, who's a scriptwriter, editor, producer, and live. Mr. Dan Kwakuya-Boa.
Hey, President Pacho, what's it?
Mr. Dan Kwakuya-Boa, who's a scriptwriter, editor, producer, and live broadcaster of sports events around the world.
Yes, sir.
He's an experienced sports journalist. He's the head of sports department at Peace FM. And is the managing editor of Ghana Sports newspaper.
Yeah, that's it.
Peace FM 104.3.
Your name is in Accra.
And I'm saying, I to bro because of me.
I don't you want to say
how you want woman is it? What did you do? Kaka flu
Mr. Dan Kwakuya-Boa.
Only well Canada. Is it a presidential election results in Aba?
Oh, debut results right. Nasi and Twa baby results about.
Oh, coming is a dear Bayani.
Kaku go family diam radio.
Ai dia Bayani.
Dia na be.
Ai dia ku sia da so ami mi de yumru.
Position on the ballot paper.
No come say and results me ba.
Any results?
Any results? Results ya dey bia wo hwe kwan zunzu so no bua. Go Kasum. And you hear quite way but dying way but die. And I'm not results yet. I'll be there.
I chair baby and Nipan the
who said the area.
Patronia results, Miss Rowe.
Oh, come here results.
And your results
which more a Mabacan.
Yakotwa bar.
Debi kwame nye yokoto aba results wo twidin nsunsanso buana se wa koye bibi na wo hwe nsunsanso
ampa
enno yesu ye hwe nsunsanso sade one every kan one na be
enti no ni obedi kan wa abato paper no so
oh de no ano no gwame
eno no
baby wenje jeremy yenye This Jeremy. Boy, I didn't go as a good year. So this guy is your boom good day. Miss Angu, I'm going to say, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I tell you, this guy, it's all right. It's all right.
It's all right, say.
We'll go meeting.
Bebo kuta today.
It's all right. It's
and Pacho Nanado number 1, John Mahama number 2, Christian Kwabna Andrews Goom number 3, Iva Kwabna Green Street CPP number 4, Ekria Donko GFP number 5, Henry Herbert Latte GCPP number 6, Hassan Ayariga APC number 7, Percival Kufia Palu LPG number 8, David Apasera PNC number 9, Bridget Akosia Jugbanuku PPP number 10, Nana Kunedu Ajman Rawlings NDP number 11, Alfred Kwame Siedu Walker Independent Candidate number 12. Insanity.
Come to what you to that.
I'm trying
Tibio wako kwa single one thing. Single one thing na Bena ho your pija numbers na and the winning numbers single one around your show now.
Into the number. What the number?
Mimi enye no na wi
Mabo 12 Mabo 1 to 12
enye no na da wi
dia hina da
ko ne sa ba yo tu ya dia ni dis ni na wi je den yim asi abobo la pon ye mi sa se ho pass kasi one do face one
ai ko ye wa da bempa na obesa
one wo si abobo la pon mo bi e je wi se one pass kasi da. So one is shaking, one is first, Asa.
And I said, we'll be in the first.
Oh, no, one once and everybody.
And but your Obas sports, your sports.
Let me say, as we ever, is it if you enjoy young guys from Yafi?
So basically, this is what they do. Majority of the radio stations, you know. And this is just one of them. And you could see what they were doing. They were telling their followers, Yakoye ballot who were Bibiobia Beda. That was number one, they saw winning. So somebody listening to these people listening to these clowns, and the Omoyen say they use these platforms to do campaign for politicians. Now somebody yet campaign we are. What happened is said because you could see clearly, because a sports journalist is coming on air and he's so proud to say you use president's voice or in semi or kafan, that's fine, that's nice, but you could see ballot but he was sitting on radio and our catcher for say number one then we near into the obviously Ekufuado winning 2020 before 2020 elections And you see these same people, these are the same journalists on TV swa. On the catcher will say, "Oh, the journalists for we don't take sides." You have to understand, sir. This he goat sitting there. Our people are who follow him. Or your sports piece. This guy he has never written a report before. Encore game intro report. That. Also, or producers. Church between Nima, Lampard, Sack. Liverpool Champions League finals. Now Obetinawa. Now Lampard ya pamono every Chelsea on intellectually smart to the point whereby Obetimaka say we or journalist to kasa na wakani na bedroom crime. Now the reason why I'm saying this and then I say these are the same people sitting on our radios. And they almost cassette. Yeah, abanya was we abanya Momi Sentia. Now, so we are gunning in us for we are be very careful. Or just say he go to your two-way, obey to me, I criticize a good father's government. He can't. Do you think, sir, all the journalists are go through a lot in this country? This guy can speak against it. He can't. One, the tribe in the didn't. The issue here is Sekufado nyakura na MPP nya or ya santini ya kania kura with Jimmy Kura noting. And there are hundreds and hundreds of these kind of he-goats on our radios and TVs, misinforming indirectly. Kwame Sefakai has been given a job at MPA. MPA, yes, board. Dankoku Yabuawe, MPP bar power, and then got to the GFA and board, so could this calon pamano concerning. So these people gradually, we don't have to give them that room. Sa Jimmy when the ba ewu UK. Na the batia UK. Without saying off on the Banabetina Ghana. You couldn't bat is option without respect to him. But when you don't feel for your fellow Ghanaian or Ghana, now what is wrong? I would have had no problem with this. Senka Otina Rezuka said me MPP ni, and I support Ekufuado to win. I'll get it. You're a journalist. You also have your views. But the moment TV so yeah, they are journalists for we don't belong to a political party. We are checking the system. They are liars. Don't fall. These kind of he-goats. Don't allow such illiterates. Me said this guy, he cannot write a report. Oh, they want what you? Would they want to would they want my gas? You bet my casa, bet my sports, and not too far. No, so we should not allow these he-goats to be misinforming people. They are she-goats too. Angel na kohe. Tan be otuo. Ono so tuo no ojimi no ho. Oba na numa I say eto. Se bema so bawo. Na oti Angel FM. Na won tan. Na nan so asa ketiaba. Na ya brefo. Tan. Okasa se na adwene nya adwuma. And these are tribal bigots. And such people, when I'm addressing them, I don't make swears because Okona on him, man, and mada, or some warrior say, mean to me, wo, or me chair and the girlfriends on the dano. Okona said, name pram for man, or no muda, no son and man, Kodana, man, jana, or so a wabome, a wabo, a damna wobo, or angel honomo. So it is important for us to, as Ghanaians, come together to know, say, and to me, and use the little mics they have, to misdirect or to misinform us. It's important. And that is the reason why we have platforms like these. They are ignorant people. They are liars. They are thieves. Chromophobia and then you say PDS or Nyakapre won't want to make a PDS as some. Kwame Sefa is a thief. Oyeji PDS consulting near Dien ne consultancy firm was a day and no man is ska and the journalist ko gu eye ebri and no mukotwa ombetwantro Kwame Sefa can be for or your crom for on can cre. And we are here today. You see the vigor. Now they criticize your buying 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you see that again? No. Adentra. So we are all supposed to be quiet. Today, when you speak against the government, you don't respect. You are a Mahama boy. You are an NDC boy. I would prefer to be called a Mahama boy who speaks the truth than to be called a journalist who is a liar. I'll be a fool to accept that tag. Call me Mahama boy. Call me NDC boy who speaks the truth. I like it because as far as you have not been able to counter my facts, you can call me that I'm Mahama's first son. I am happy. Because at least you could not discredit me. I want you to discredit me with your facts. So when you're able to do that, then I know where you're coming from. But the moment you're not able to discredit me and to say, NDC, at this point, I will tell you, I want the NDC to win. The NDC should win so that we will see Enyansafo mo Ghana no omo wen. Sada yebehu say NDC as a political party can be trusted. That is why we are all pushing for this. We cannot make some fools capitalize on our ignorance and deplete our democracy. I will speak for you to criticize me. The end result is to change a Ghanaian's mind, for them to know say Ukraine. So when you're very careful about these kind of he-goats and she-goats on our radios, it's very, very important. The moment you lose God kakrebi inkurasi for we say chrono, it is very, very important. And these things are very dear to me. They are very, very dear to me. Majority of these people, I can pay them. Yeah. No journalist in Ghana takes $10 an hour, and I can pay more than $10 an hour. All journalists in Ghana can pay you. Me say, no journalist in Ghana takes $10 an hour. Mokwame Seva cannot on $10 an hour. I can pay him. So I don't know why I have to come and sit here and make these people feel like they are powerful. They are nothing. I can employ all of them. Yeah. So we need to get something straight. Mama ya mama chance, mama for sa nkwasi akasa no, sa akasa kwa, sa entro no, and they won't be edu. The question I want to ask is, what name when you E-Levy no? Me catch them, ebi be bre, by ebi be branching be. Se see E-Levy na you no, MPP for tuya, NDC for tuya, sebi omo anamoto odi atem no why na bre. Mwana mutu wodi Kevin Taylor atem ade no sema E-Levy ba nana adodan kwekufu ado ende me no kaso aba America eye usika ene odi full plane ba America o se dey oba bibi e frɛ no eye Memphis de ekufu ado took one from 2017 till now investor bi anyi $10 billion embe she Ghana system nim ekufu ado ne expenses what you took one e also $100 billion. Do you know that? It ne so fast what they saying obodam. It's a waste of resource. That is what we need to tell these people. You need to travel, bring back something. We took a president to be and expenses are ya say was salary put sa okpo abrano ma we hunu for over 6 years no. Investor be to me ka say made $20 billion be Ghana none. Or how was VW for say omo yaka wo Germany no ma be hye no Ghana we jimi kantanka de na oye. So these are things we need to analyze. And then president to about America. And then I'm on Facebook, I'm going to page says, "Sao about America, one can't robia. Over these one can't robia." Me say, first, the Sao Bank out to me, my MPP USA, non come from Michigan, non from Worcester, non come in DC, no much. I didn't say the Obama what to take. Me was about DC, Trump 1 hour, 2 hours, be dabi, bonkaye. Magana for more American tesa over this into mun share press conference. Ona kabo se no ko eje. Me say demonstration change be share no kabe nu you pee in your pants. You will pee in your pants. Now they also ya bema no. Over America now your press conference near ba onka se obe chin. Mo de dambi na mobo. And the president go for to be ba America on kan chiro bia onam din or come Memphis Jimmy Fodu go. Na ono oba so. We are not going to allow these things. I will not allow a president who does not have a certificate to intimidate me. This man, only JSS regional, JSS Ekufuado does not have certificate too. I'm being honest with you people. It's not a joke. You might not like me, but these are the facts. And these are the facts. These kind of she goat and he goat, radios, be very careful about them. Munya very, very careful. Jimmy Niba could be to OKFM, Kwame Nkrumah Tikesio said the end with Jimmy. And then my mom I'll have time for such she goat and he goats. Kwame Nkrumah Tikesio with Jimmy say and Santa Samni Jimmy Nkrasa 70 I did the homeboard to me cat. Into a acronym and a acronym say, and I said, you Jimmy for Mr. Power Radio, so you're a journalist. Journalists don't meet your reports. Now, say, I can't see MBA mic, no, Bianca said, then anyone can speak into a mic, anyone can be a journalist. Obia bet me analyze, Obia bet me not TV, so you're on conform TV as see massa. If you give them the opportunity to sit on TV and radio, CB on presenting your money, you'll be sure because we're 20 years and but it is not about that. It's about the professionalism, the ethics. What you know what you are doing? Because you are informing. I'll come to those people. Where the number say, made them heads up me. Now, Over the weekend, John Dramani Mahama, NDC, John Mahama presented a speech and an all something about a year Ghana at a crossroad. From time Mahama presented this speech, I'm still yet to hear from the NPP, Yanseni Bakope, to come out and say, in fact, what John Dramani Mahama said is the truth. Now, the reason why the NPP cannot come out and admit and say, they know they have failed. So, oka semne no kre, na nipa na efa no hono when to me and react ya. Also, tia says, wajia to me sa semna kind no kre. John Mahama, in his speech, 13 solutions to our economic problems. 13. And in his speech, he said, this is a government that does not accept responsibility. And when a Ghana for Moshe, and they will share MPP niti radio so na team so busane say, John Mahama 13 solutions now or the mono. Jena mu wakafa. Because in Ghana today, if there's anyone who has the right to speak on our economy, on our security, on our democracy, is John Dramani Mahama. The reason why I'm not saying Kufuor is because Kufuor also belongs to this same group. And to say, Kufuor may free MPP and may criticize the MPP, it will never happen. And you know Kufuor will never do it. Yeka obi awanya first-hand managerial skill. And I say first-hand leadership. Our Ghana, leading this nation, John Mahama. So I wouldn't go to Asante Hene for economic solutions. I wouldn't go to Asante Hene for solutions on our economy, on our education. I wouldn't go to Asante Hene for solutions on our health and also energy. Because they have not been at the front before. They are traditional rulers. We have not given them an assignment to lead us as a nation, to make sure, say, our economy, our health, or whatever, they manage it. We never paid taxes to Otumfuo. We have never paid taxes to any chief or any individual apart from John Mahama when he was leading Ghana. So every morning, the commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces, and I said the president of the republic, he is briefed by his cabinet ministers. Meaning, John Dramani Mahama has the same eye Akufo-Addo has now. He used to have it. Inti peobi akobusano abakosema about leadership and about presidency, about government, and about somebody who has been there before. The only person is John Mahama. Inti, as a Ghanaian, a young Ghanaian, the only person to listen to now in Ghana, so I say Ghana best say Ochna, Yenjindia John Mahama, because he has been there before. Have you been there before? You, the economist speaking, blah 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 blah. Have you been there before? Have you taken security decisions for the country before? Have you taken economic decisions for the country before? Have you sat in a seat to speak to a cabinet to let you know, say, in the next 6 months, we might lose this before? You don't have an experience. You don't have an idea. So who is the best person to approach or to listen to? So in Ghana right now, Abrewatiano is John Mahama. And if we fail to listen to John Mahama, then it means that we are not ready for that change. And we want change. Change to do what? To get jobs done. Change to do what? To make sure say a man for economic liberation. Democracy no person protect no. You to protect it. Why ne yengo tie no? Na nipa ne ba abonte he criticized the government constructively. And after that, he told the government, this is what you have to do. In tutumu obi de sabo abi ansam what TV so NPP General Secretary, Chairman, whoever. The question to ask that person and say, who in Ghana today should we listen to? Who? Nobody. Only John Mahama. In any country, come to the United States of America. When former presidents speak, it is said the president has spoken. Because now we are the commander-in-chief of the biggest army in the world. The biggest economy in the world. He has had first-class or first-hand brief. And I say, he has been briefed on the country's situation than anybody else. And so Obama bet trust something about security. Joe Biden will take it serious. Former Bush, he will take it serious because this guy has been in my seat before. So As we speak today in Ghana, who should we listen to? So when you see MPP4 foolishly avoiding the critical issues, and come here MPP, what I'll be doing today is calling for an emergency meeting, looking at the 13 points John Mahama gave us, and analyze and say, guys, this guy has been there before. But no, when you're convincing Jimmy to say, he could not keep a seat for over 4 years. A drunkard like John Bwedu sitting at Tor, collapsed Tor, to come and tell us you cannot trust John Mahama. Who should we trust? Who should we believe? When a veteran from the Ghana Army come to tell me that, you know something, a commander or a boss at the Ghana Army, a former boss from the Ghana Army comes to tell me there's something happening, the army needs to make sure they do the right thing, we need to listen. Go to the Black Stars, they have the Exco or whatever. They have former Black Star players. When the boys were going, they needed some circle for against Nahem for my own uncle. Other ex-Black Star players to be part of the team. Why? They have been there before. So you can't just sit there and look at things and say, a track again. No. The 13 points John Mahama gave the NPP until they come out to let us understand. See, this tete politics na yedi Jimmy ahunde biano echemo. I still want one person to come out of this government to tell us. Said 13 points na John Mahama esogestema NPP abana 1, 2, 3 when you papa. Nobody, because these are the facts. Mobao Miano in 2012, 13, 14, 15. He was given fora. Baumia was not giving out solutions. Do you know that? Go back and listen to Baumia. Time and ye hype Baumia, the economic messiah, proponent and exponent. Baumia fundamentals. Mumbusa Baumia say, and he found Baumia jina ya or my solutions to our problems. He never. All that Baumia did was to criticize. That is why today you see the nakedness of Baumia, because he didn't have solutions. Do you remember? After one of our, the State of the Nation, and journalists were asking Baumia, you have said all these things, so what are your solutions? So the NPP will come out with a solution. I can tell you now, they never had solutions to problems. They never. Baumia was good at criticizing, but Baumia was never smart in giving out solutions. Go back to Baumia's speeches all. He never gave solutions to anything. The only time he came close in giving solution was when he said that, oh, all the money that I have mentioned, we can use to construct road, we can use to construct it. But he could never sit down and break it down like the way John Mahama in opposition, telling a government that take this and use. It is important. When you listen to Baumia here, now listen to him and you know. They ask him, what are your solutions? He could not give answers.
We were happy that we found oil, but the borrowing of this government, the reckless borrowing of this government has compromised the whole oil discovery. 6 times, you need 6 times of our oil revenue just to pay interest, not even capital. It's interest on the debt. So it is a really sad development. I mean, what fundamental issues that affect this economy have been addressed in this budget? You should ask yourself, what fundamental issues? If we had spent, the monies borrowed, and that money borrowed is the equivalent of some $37 billion over 7 years. Now, can you imagine what $37 billion can do in an economy? $37 billion. I mean, it's amazing transformation that you can see.
The investment the government is talking about. We are going to add about 800 megawatts of power.
But we are talking about a record. You can always talk. We are going to do this. The question is, what have you done? You've had 7 years in government. What have you done? I mean, your record should speak for itself. You shouldn't be waiting for the 8th year. The IMF, they can point to even a lot. Oh, yes.
They will point to the Rich Hospital. They will point to
But when the Kufuor administration was there, with such meager resources, so much can be pointed to as well. Infrastructure, as John Mahama says, if you point to infrastructure, you are engaging in an exercise of mediocrity. But the IMF managing director put the nail on the head when they said that the borrowing done by this government has been used for consumption. It's not me saying it. It's been used for consumption and not for investment. This is the IMF's assessment. And if you look at the data that supports what she's saying, the infrastructure to GDP ratio has come down from 9.1% when the President Kufuor was in office to 4.8% today. Infrastructure. You've borrowed so much, but you are reducing your investment in infrastructure. So they can try to hoodwink us with pictures of development all over the place. But the reality is that they should have been doing twice as much. They've had 10 times as much resources as the MPP government had, 10 times as much in nominal terms.
So what
of
is the
resources.
MPP alternative? I mean,
the MPP alternative is going to be it's a very major alternative that is going to be unveiled on Thursday when we address
but
you.
Can speak to that
I don't want to. Of course I can, but I want to leave that to breathe. But we are going to build a new economy, a different economy. And you will be hearing a little bit more, because you cannot just criticize without providing alternatives. And we are going to, and we have anyway.
You can tell us something as to what exactly.
I'm telling you, it's an exciting. I will tell you what it is not. It is not a doomsday economy. It is not a dead goat economy. It is not a friends and family economy, right? It is an economy that will create jobs.
So you see it critically as a Ghanaian watching me. He never has solutions. And in Africa, you don't normally see opposition or opposition leaders coming to talk to you and telling you what exactly should be done. Majority of African politicians criticize. And that is what Bawumia did in opposition. Bawumia was never once able to tell Ghanaians, let us do this. Let us recalibrate this. And let us practically put this in place. No. Bawumia capitalized on jargons, words, comedy, to get us here. And it has gotten to that point whereby he needs to apply that practical part of his speeches. He can't, because in the first place, he never had solutions. And to date, I'm still waiting for NPP, communicators, whoever, to come out and say these 13 points Mahama put out, way does not make sense. They can't, because they know it's the truth. But it's a government filled with arrogant twerps who they always think they are smart. They are not. They are always hiding behind the media, some of the media protecting them. Because the Mahama speech, all that you have to do is to pick the 13 suggestions. 13 points, 13 suggestions he thinks will save this nation. That's all. As a journalist, if I have the opportunity to interview any NPP communicator, and I will pose the 13 questions to them and say, what do you think about these 13 questions? That's it. Whatever Mahama said was all put into 13 questions. So why are we ignoring the 13 questions and following things like Mahama, when we allow Mahama to come back, talk tax, Mahama did not abolish it. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC never, say they will come and abolish talk tax. No record, nothing in parliament, nothing in the archives of Ghana can come out every too much to say Mahama can say Obabe abolish it and I say Obabe cancel talk tax. They were in parliament and they spoke against it. That does not mean that the person said that they are going to abolish it. When you officially release a document or make a statement like what Mahama has done with the E-Levy, that is the stance of the NDC. We can hold them accountable when they come to power because they officially came out to tell us they'll cancel it. But when people argue in parliament, you cannot take that statement and say because they argued on it in parliament and not even arguing that it should be cancelled, arguing that the way it's being put together or the way it's being managed is not right, does not mean the person wanted to cancel. Let's watch Boabian Samoa, the drunkard.
And where the Joma say he will repeal.
I am not on this Zoom meeting to tell you exactly when and where. The records are there. I can find it for them.
Frankly, I've not found any. So I'm asking you because...
You can also fact check.
No, I'm asking you because that's what I do. I've not found any yet. Specifically, John Dramani Mahama, saying that he would repeal, or the NDC will repeal, the communication service tax.
It is not your mama who said that he will repeal communication service tax. If you want, I'll find you the exact personality who said it.
I'll be glad to know that.
I will find it for you. But it is a fact that they oppose the CST heavily, that they didn't want it to happen, and that they stirred up sentiment against it. They said that if the MPP was allowed tax talk,
there's evidence on the internet about there's evidence on the internet about some members of the NDC opposing the talk tax 100%. I found some of them. What I didn't find is that of John Mahama saying he'll repeal it. That's my problem.
I didn't say John Dramani. I said NDC. I didn't say John Dramani Mahama. I said NDC.
Am I quoting you wrong? Forgive me, but I'm quoting your press statement. It says, just like the one-time premium
I'll find it for you.
And the repeal of the talk tax.
I'll find it for you.
Yeah, okay, so that's why I got confused, because I thought I'm the one who misconstrued what you said in there.
No.
Anyway.
That's what I said. I didn't say John Mahama said it.
Okay.
So these are the people Ghana for Percy Jomudi. Some mad dogs. And go to Peace FM. Who those he goat and she goat, Angel, Peace FM. All those communities, they are sitting there defending this nonsense. After John Mahama's speech, this same drunkard who could not hold on to a seat for one term. 4 years, he could not hold on to a seat as a parliamentarian. Came out disrespectfully, foolishly stood on platforms to disrespect Mahama, insult Mahama, because he knows a Jimmy Fonkwasiafobi TV Swa, they will protect or project such nonsense. Today, he's being questioned by their own, and I give credit to Joy News. They are the ones who, in fact, conducted this interview. So credit to Joy News. And credit to the host of the show. I don't know his name. And this same fool, and because Ghana has been, our politics has been lowered into gutters. He comes on behind the scenes, leaves the pulpit, leaves the presser, comes on TV and says, I didn't say John Mahama. And so Kwasiatobi ote sebio Kumasi radio so and won fi freni community John Mahama say tamana John Mahama hano or can say talk tax no betwem intimen gini di atokwasia bitrim. Or their propaganda will Kumasi, or their propaganda will Eastern region, or their propaganda will Slim, and this is what we need to stop. Now, no Boabia Samano Jinahono. So we can't assumption and no. Nasa enyo noa. How will he feel? And these are some of the reasons why I say this particular group of clowns, it doesn't matter who represent the NPP in election 2024. Muntuntia Momi and Kwasiafo. Omunim nyansa. I did not say John Mahama. I did not say John. But in your presser, you were directing everything to John Mahama. There's no record that just say Mahama was so no or the talk tax we buy. Mahama never did that. I didn't think Jimmy sir. We deliberately decide to destroy the country because the Amakwa platform. Kwasiatobia fasan kwasiasam no kind of MPP press conference. Some ya Ghana ni amako school kakra mo university. Me middle class so-called intellectuals. I will never listen to a press conference from MPP. You know why? Because this is the same fool who sat on national television to say or stood on national television to say John Mahama did this. And a Sandy Panasa TV say, and it is not John Mahama. He does not respect you. Because he can say things, lie, and walk, and you believe it. Enti me Ghana ni amadwene ye adwuma amakosku papa bi asebio medwene Ghana ho am pese kwasiampanyi bi ebedidi matem my level of intelligence. I will never listen to any MPP press conference. Actually wait Jimmy, because these people will say something today, the next day they will come and say what Yankasa John Mahama, foolish man. The level of foolishness in our system, it's getting out of hand. Oh, me see, there are very intelligent people in the MPP. But this group of people are foolish people. We need to get them out of power. Yes. Me MPP ni, and I'll never stand anywhere and say me MPP ni. Me MPP ni, but say penifom di anime jimia. We need to teach them a lesson. Kick them out of power. Let them understand. Say yeni edi omochi and say yeni Ghana for yeni kwasiafo. Why a press conference? I catch the whole Ghana say John Mahama chantro. Emma Gabi osochida kun ejiwe. No ho tan. Kwasiato we ya onye dwuma papa bia on abrabo muda owie aka so abrochire de ba Ghana. Also to us John Mahama said he would cancel talk tax and he did not do it. Sa Gabriel Sochida ko mumusa ne say sa ade na okan ne fact when kwasiasa no he throws out red meat because he knows to say when you go to a place like City Samens eye boss na he will force them to make sure this sinks, but this is a lie. So Ghana for mama can be binchiramo. Baby Edruno is not about where penini where akra penini Jimmy no kan so we Jimmy penini ya de pa ka say where the wire the pa. That is how we build a nation. Come here in the United States of America. Akorakiti 18 years, not only 70-year-old age in a court. Akorakiti 18 years, not all correct a 70-year-old ewe jumem, because he is a manager. He has a responsibility. Who age, he does not care. Go to big companies in America. You go for 22 years. They are managers. They will tell you what to do. When you need a front to my class, Moma yentis anyo manasi. Say, yeah, ma will be in fat position, penny die, and Jimino who sane crony more. The same thing happened during Kwame Nkrumah's time. Today I heard Black Rasta talking about Tor. When Nkrumah built Tor, now your Ghana from Pennyphobia when you and Nkrumah, they were opposing Tor. 1963. People in Ghana, almost all they were opposing. In Africa, there was nothing like a refinery, oil refinery. But Kwame Nkrumah, all the way back in 60s, decided to join the Italians to build a refinery in Ghana and go to Tor. It can never be revived again. Tor is done. Tor, it is done. Tema oil refinery, it is done and the kufuado. Adani ye Jimmy sa obidi ni age inti na we Jimmy a on kanjen so we Jimmy. Inti we are normal Ghanaian, you are intelligent Ghanaian. Na MPP say ochina obe press conference obe say ti omo. Because o make say oh press conference ye John Mahama ewia we John Mahama we ade chia na kotena Joy FM. Man kasa John Mahama ne kasa ohun so ya kwasiam penyi, and I'm not going to make people disrespect me. Underestimate my intelligence. We are building a nation. We want to use truth to build a nation. We cannot rely on a political party that lies through everything. MPP Abawe, they lie through every nonsense. Arrogance, pettiness, foolishness. They've combined all. Oma makes it is a concern. Oma nom. A coming software Jimmy for nom di nim. You said this in your presser. And the WhatsApp TV said it was not John Mahama. So who is it? The journalist was telling you we have checked everywhere. There are no documents to prove that. So tell me, where did you get your facts from? And this is what they did 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. They never allowed John Mahama to rule. They were in court. And the Kufuado, why the Fuse Adwa? And now they are in court. Almost 3 years. John Mahama could not have space. But upon that, this guy was able to build. In Kwasiafo went to be school, die back, and who can Kwasiantro, and Magana for the house of Somoso. We have passed that stage. Meme platform where you know with Jimmy, I'm with Jimmy. That's not. I don't care who you are. Obien or Jesus, and nobody can tell me he or she have seen God. Nobody. As far as you were born by a woman, or the same no, where Jimmy, Jimmy, I don't care. But when we give you people responsibility, at least we expect you to reciprocate that. Give us some responsibilities to respect you people. All right, let's move forward. See, a Jimmy Ford have taken almost all the time. Now, see this. Go on Loud Silence page on Facebook. I'll be right back after this short break.
Through these investments, we have created the opportunity for Ghanaians to enjoy the ease of electronic transactions. Indeed, Ghanaians have taken to the ease of electronic transactions very well. Mobile money payments are used for remittances to parents in the villages. They are used in the markets and supermarkets to pay for groceries. They are used by market women and other traders to replenish. Since the first elections were held under the Fourth Republic, some 30 years ago, there have been 3 changes in government. Each of these changes has been heralded by expectations of better governance, leading to tangible improvements in the socio-economic conditions of our people. The NPP government came into office in January 2017 on the back of mouth-watering promises of almost instant transformation of our country. Amid countless slogans, President Akufo-Addo did promise to transform Ghana in 18 months, if voted for. Yes, he promised to turn around the fortunes of Ghana and create opportunities for all, and he charged all of us to be citizens and not spectators.
All right, you're still watching, with all due respect, extended version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Now, Adebia also Shemi Enyumbria. Also, when you go on our page on Facebook, With All Due Respect page, Loud Silence TV page, any other all of our pages now on Facebook now. There's a poll going on. They're conducting polls. In fact, so Onyan Kotoaba, go there and vote. It's an internal one for NDC who ankasa. So more and more NDC mostly this is your polls, and we are not managing this. There is an independent polling agency. Omo manage way. At the end of the day, this polls closes ochna. It closes tomorrow. Ochna 5 p.m. We will let you know results. It's been ochna 1 week, so you can go on our page right now on Facebook. Go and vote. Paul Ninyan said, who leads the NDC in 2024? We all know it's a fact. Kobna Dufo wants to lead the NDC. He wants to be the presidential candidate. John Dramani Mahama, as we all know, he also might run again. In fact, he is the favorite of the people. He was able to pull 6 million votes. Now, this is a democracy. Everyone can come out and say, I also want to vote. I also want to lead. John Mahama is not entitled to say, the only person who can contest in the NDC. No, people also have the right to contest John Mahama. Now, the NDC people and any Ghana form over 6 million people John Mahama. No, they are all there. There are people too who did not vote for John Mahama. They are also there. Now, the NDC needs to come to that conclusion. Who say, Nipa we ni pesi de ko ana say, Nipa we ni pesi de ko. Polls, it will close tomorrow 5 p.m. It's been almost a week now. So if you're watching me right now and you're on Facebook, go on Facebook, Loud Silence TV, Facebook, and now With All Due Respect page, Facebook, go and vote. Masa, if you feel Kobna Dufo has to lead the NDC to win 2024, go there and vote. If you feel John Mahama should lead the NDC to win election 2024, go there and vote. Just click on the link. It will open, yes, no, and you move. I'm pictures so they open and no click on, so that's it. It should not be say member obin decide ma when I your party, when I your NDC ni, when our person obi man lead you, go there and vote. If the majority of the people want Kobna Dufo to lead the NDC, I will sit on this platform. We will publish the results, and if we have to campaign for Kobna Dufo to lead the NDC to win power in 2024, we will all have to do it. It's important because the majority of the people, what they want is what we have to give them. It's the NDC force omope Kobna Dufo. Vote for Kobna Dufo. Let us tell NDC for. Let us tell the world. Let us tell the world no who say this is what the NDC wants. Please, if you're a supporter of Kobna Dufo, this is your chance. This is the time. This is the evening. Go on Loud Silence TV page or Facebook, With All Due Respect page or Facebook. Go there and vote. Don't sit there and later come say, we need the numbers. We need the NDC to know. They need to know who they have to choose to lead them. Who leads the NDC in 2024? Go on our page right now as I speak to you. Go there and vote. Ochina 5 p.m. US time, which is 9 p.m. Ghana time. Now a year post a closing. Yeah, the results in in fact. What is going to happen is what I'm seeing, the last time the agency sent me, we say about 70% of people in Ghana were really voting, which is quite encouraging because majority of the people in the person voting in Ghana. A lot of people from outside too are voting, but 70% of the people voting right now are coming from Ghana. Statistics, Ekrobia will be free any regions near that. So it's up to you. Open Kobna Dufo, go there and vote. Kobna Dufo too has his own policies, ideas, or person the lead the NDC. You cannot run, you cannot count him out. You cannot just say Kobna Dufo. No, honestly, a part of the NDC, he has the right to contest JM. If you want to vote for Kobna Dufo, go there. If you still insist that JM should lead the NDC come 2024, go there and vote for JM. It's very, very important. Thank you. Okay, now, so many things happening. There's some misinformation via Ecoso Ghana. We need to clear that quickly. Me won't say a year Facebook or Ghana, some education, or they are educating the media about how to spot misinformation. And the last time I saw a video from Nanaba Namwa, a beautiful video. Nana, tell me, my catcher was the first lady, Nanaba Namwa. My catcher, Nanaba, the honor name first lady. Nana, I love you, Nana. I saw a video from Nana Banamwa na Oka about how we all have to come together and clamp down on fake news and misinformation in the system and all that. So I believe it's important to say some misinformation, it is with us and we need to stop it before a man for be back capitalize also on be 2 foot reguni penny. Now, we share this particular story now social media, especially Net2, TV, any website not putting out there. It's a complete lie and we need to be careful what we read. Canada Japan kano kre. Canada Japan on kano kre. Canada Japan should force Dampare to come out. Because Canada Japan said Dampare ni nipo kun JB dankwa. Now that's not why we are here today. Now you see this. Caption no Edian Asin Central MP cut sword for the construction of 12-unit classroom block. Net2 for that tour. Other platforms be the atwa bontene. They are creating an impression say Canada Japan akwa see classroom ama some constituency be. Now when you read the story, this is what the story says. Asin Central MP cut sword for construction of 12-unit classroom block. Member of Parliament or MP for Asin Central, Honorable Kennedy Japan, has cut sword for the commencement of 12-unit classroom block for the proposed Akotiman SHS at Asin Ekropon in the Asin Fosu municipality in the constituency war. Now, baby, I second read, listen to it very well. Or maybe I'm the abeshe. The project, which is expected to be completed in 6 months, is being financed by Ghana Gas Company Limited as part of their corporate social responsibility. Sa school dana ye seen wo Akotiman Canada Japan municipality na wo eye asen no eye Ghana Gas for social responsibility. Eye aban edwuma bia wo Ghana and as a company bia wo Ghana bia no omo bi a friend social responsibility omo asede a also omo ye edeboa baby a sebio and as a Ghana party bi omo feel say oh yeah company wo krum ha okọ baby to say takwa Goldfields mo omo tumi ye kwan eno na election 2020 Obwa omo social responsibility. When you go to Obuasi, Anglo God Ashanti, Buasi Kronum majority of Kwani Bioma ye, it is their social responsibility. And then a buying a taxes bidding your mebuha, your momo a form woody because sign man also omo ye de bois a chrono. Now Ghana Gas of honor, their social responsibility one ebini omko CSHS block bi ama a year Akotiman for. Now also as a Canadian Japan, on the chairman of the Ghana Gas was a Now, because they want to lie to the people and misinform the people, non-percent of what you say Canada Japan ye you people bino. Ghana Gas for social responsibility. No say Canada Japan at the buy. Now, you need to understand. Say one Canada Japan. You have to understand. Say one Canada Japan has not lobbied on call Parliament and call lobby for any classroom block to be. I don't know what's wrong now. Canada Japan has not lobbied in Parliament for a block to be built. Now, I'm a person Emma story never done Canada Japan story say Canada Japan baby be onyeshi. In fact, I don't know what's happening, but it looks like we are having a problem with our sound. I'll be right back after this short break. I don't like this. All right. Are we good? I hope we are good. Is the sound back? Mr. S, Mr. P, check the sound for me. Is the sound back? Do you have good sound now? All right. Thank you very much. Inti asana na yeka ni nyina ne say some misinformation na omoye na Ghana no Kennedy Japan a very cunning politician. Onya hwe won constituency 24 years ochi omodi wo so mo ye jimi for and otete eye Ghana gas for project echi and oka kire the net 2 for no and some bloggers to write say wakosi SHS block ono no na was also president edi na yesi president bodam ni Ghana yesi opobi abo wa yepobi abo dam president of Ghana yepobi abo dam be president of Ghana. So these are some of the misinformation that system nim and remember obianko jere baby nka Kennedy Japan base senior high school on senior high school bia mo akotima na mo municipality no Ghana gas for social responsibility okoboase a AGACC schools bebre eye company no omo responsibility bia and so also me Takwa Goldfield Asanko mine omo nyina CCC omo ye nsuo omo Kennedy Japan has not built any school. Me see the seat in my Jeffrey in some. So I say, oh, Sikache will be our Ghana, onja politics. Chrono no the politics. He is making money out of politics. He is nobody without politics. He is nobody without politics. Until when you see these kind of things out there, me assure you, Okoha, to radio so Kennedy Japan akosi school, ewa akotima obwa Ghana gas for social responsibility. And wakodi edim na wakotwa sword and no man net 2 ejimi forum ho kankan go no abetena ho say Kennedy Japan akodi senior SHS block obwa on SHS block bia. We will not allow these fools to go around misinforming people again. We are not going to allow that. Anything that maybe I'm helping with the misinformation and fake news. This is fake news. So I got to say Kennedy Japan akosi school akotwa sword in sika base school and that's why akoji sika oban mo oboa Ghana gas for almost social responsibility bia story ni says it clearly on one kasa no friend musa say onya sika on obesi ye oni sika on base school on to me enkasa of parliament and lobby for nothing because oni sa intellectual capability no to even talk in parliament na adwene mu ndo on to me nye argument in parliament jimi we on to me nye. He can never argue in parliament. Have you heard him argue on his feet? This E-Levy argument, also after a year State of the Nation, there one was workers of parliament with Jimmy. Now you didn't do that level, no. So don't let these fools misinform you again. You're intelligent enough. On to me, moi, a sin central. Montia se Kennedy Japan de mube jisika or de mube bien huye oni capre. O free politics ma or ya boa oni bibia politics na odi jijiji mu sika $100,000 no aje ade chance Kennedy akopoche obi 100,000 Ghana into aya ade ye nye ene na hia yo se wo se wo de wo wo sika chen Kwame Nkrumah na wo sika chen Ghana free politics because you people we know you riffraffs dirty riffraffs mentally disorganized individuals and Ghana politics muma so many unintelligent individuals have filled Ghana politics. You Kennedy Japan told me on national television that anyone who says he's a businessman is a criminal. Any politician who is a businessman, you are a businessman, you are a thief. Intimamo masa misinformation we nko abontri biem on school bia. Na ya ma bodam ni bia meka se be president Nkrumah ma bodam na mo just say ye jimia to the point abodam for them on be president Nkrumah o pe president edi me say wo don ho a free politics mo Kennedy Japan no o say o nyansa ye di create sika o free politics oni baby akọ anything na de bia mejai politics mejai oboa odi kapre mo na odi mu hu didi diplomatic passport ekuta no different in some o ya twin onam. Na diplomatic passport nekuta ko be say Yesu beba. That diplomatic passport you never hold it till God comes. They will take it one day. Now when about the Kevin Taylor me more plans to change be I have a lot of plans. So I was in court. We there here. And do not allow Kennedy Japan
to intimidate you with me was scat me. Obena Okaso was scat, more permanent free politics. Yampe, Sikeni or politics more. Yapenyanseni, who was kind of with Jimmy, you don't have to lead. Who will yes, Sikeni with Jimmy Fua, you don't lead. Why was a preko? Go and take care of your pig farm. Canada, Japan. Go and take care of your pig farm and allow us to rule, maintain our country. All the propaganda way ever could win elections. It was Sin Central. You see, so Asin Central election, me no an echo. That election in Asin Central, between myself and you. Hey, and the child could be our Asin Central. Go and bring your tax from Accra to come and slaughter everybody. That's what you have been doing. Because we know the last elections how you brought tags from Accra to come and just beat people up. This time you don't have it easy. We will stand on our toes. We will face you. They be in major politics. And I'm going to say, Jai. So you need the Shepherd's Council. And I'm going to train on my film. Jai politics. No, you bente. Unika pre. Jai politics. No, over 9 million. Now about American and I'm one of the good at them. And I'll be for be. Leave the politics and let us see you are creative enough to be a businessman. Share. You don't know what you are betting. You are betting cola. And that cola, it was actually harvested at Bolaban Boy. You have no idea. It's misinformation. Don't fall for this. Now let's move forward. Press freedom. Press DND. And then another story, Abba. Now before I go on the press freedom issue, any rankings, let us watch this as Ghanaians. Not me, Gina, and also, they are talking about press freedom in Ghana.
It's been 4 years and counting of an administration which promised to change things, the economics of governance, unemployment, poor infrastructure, and the like. But an area that's definitely changed for the West has to do with media freedoms. It's now becoming all too common for journalists to be harassed, abused, and battered mercilessly sometimes. Oftentimes, those who are critical of the administration are on the receiving end of abuse. Why are people being targeted? We remember investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri Awuni had to be flown out of Ghana for his safety after a barrage of threats on his life. What's his crime? MGL's Latif Idris, who was battered by policemen at the headquarters, has been left with lifelong complications. What's his crime?
They hit me with the back of the gun about 3 times at the back of my head here. They hit me with sticks in my rib. Those who were hitting me with their legs were doing it. Those who were slapping me from left, right, center.
I tell you again, ignore the fanciful grammar by state officials. Journalists are being targeted by party appointees and foot soldiers. Each day, there are reports of cloned phones, hacked emails, and trails from some journalists who have been critical of the administration.
Clute of TV3. I'm telling you, media have so much info. They are coming after you. Media, I am telling you. Me, from what I know from inside, they have a problem with you. You are criticizing them too much.
Modern Ghana journalists arrested by national security officers in 2019 still have not received closure.
The incident where national security operatives, stormed the premises of Modern Ghana. That's about a year or 2 years ago. Stormed the premises of Modern Ghana. Blindfolded journalists, took them to national security. And in the end, one or so of the journalists said they were tortured. As I speak, the last time I checked, their equipment are still in the custody of national security.
In April, at least 3 journalists were beaten up by soldiers on a parcel of land at Chado. There are so many to list. Late last year, 2 colleagues were attacked by soldiers at Tema Station in Accra. We ask, what is our crime? I can imagine how traumatized the 2 city journalists are by now. But what do I know?
Nobody should be killed for their work. Whether they are politicians, whether they are drivers, whatever. Nobody should be killed for their work.
I may be honored for asking why administration appears to be intolerant. The government, its appointees, foot soldiers, and communicators may come after me, but I would ask again, what is our crime? We have yet to recover from the suspension of Angel FM's Captain Smart, who was asked to go home because some elements in government piled pressure on the owners of the company to yank him off.
Adwumawura a suspended Captain Smart. Na ne nyina ne se wose waka semutia enye se de abaye enye nti no waka semutia abamu mpanufo ebi etia omampani ebi tia omampani abedi akire ebi tia onabo alanchamate ebi etia agibi pen na wotwunufo na wontie.
They would argue that the president is a human rights champion. Of course he is, but his silence and seeming inaction would point to an endorsement of the abuse we see. As for the rhetoric about delivering justice to Ahmed Swale, who was shot and killed in tragic circumstances in January 2019, it's there for all to see.
I am deeply regretful that despite the best efforts of the police, the perpetrators of the murder of Ahmed Swale are still at large. But I assure you, this dossier will not be closed until they are brought to justice.
Okay. Now, you walk out there on assignment, looking over your shoulders in fear, because someone could attack you because you may have spoken against an ill in government. Well, it's the sad state of affairs now. Remember, an elaborate ceremony was held to commission an office where journalists can go to and report safety issues. They say that is a commitment to protecting journalists. We say that is a facade. Because you see, even law enforcers like the police who are mandated to deal with crime fancy attacking and abusing us without care. I don't know who would give answers to the questions I raise. Is the media under siege? Why are government communicators and party foot soldiers on rampage? Is government intolerant of critical views? How do we hold government accountable when they take delight in using state forces to attack us? Would we have an administration in future that would care just a bit about us and protect us?
All right, welcome back to the show. So, as you just watched for yourself, all these crimes against journalists was committed under Ekufuado. Majority of them, like 99.9% of them. Now, you have to understand the say, Ansana, a report like this will come out. You know, there are so many factors coming together to make sure say a report like this, and then you can say press freedom in Ghana at tier 30 all the way to 60th position. Now, Obebusa will say, why is the government not worried? Why are people still defending such a terrible government that attacks journalists when they want to constructively criticize it? Because it's the job of the journalist to constructively criticize. Assassinate etisono, so obi can semfa as a journalist, and I say as Ghanaian, na say ontia say eyamtra. You have the right to go to court. Nobody has that right to attack a journalist and say you are not supposed to write. If the person reports about you and it is negative and it is false, you also have other alternatives to make sure say the nipa na chrono either say odebeko court mana retract and now say nipa no odebeko court say jail you be jail. You also have the right channel, because assassinate so no eyemra and yedibu e mine. Now, at this point, you expect journalists in Ghana, majority and the so-called senior journalists in Ghana, to be very worried, like Okubaku, like Ben Efson, like the so-called media, we know everything, Kwame Sefa-Kain. You expect them to be worried about this latest ranking. But why do you think they are not worried? Some people are even finding ways to defend a government that at the end of the day brutalizing journalists, killing some of them, and they themselves to be journalists. Why do you think and the minute Obidahu or Ghana or journalists that will try and divert the attention or try and defend this terrible, dangerous government? Why do you think a journalist will do that? Why do you think a journalist will be mute? Because let me tell you, if you're a journalist watching me, oh Ghana, that's our report here by it's a Ghana government, and I say, oh minor, a yet Casatro, a trotro for, and I say, journalists for no, need a freedom to work now. This report in a free 30th position to the 60th position. Do you know what it means? It means to say every single journalist in Ghana, you don't have more than 24 hours to live. This report we are seeing here, we think it's a joke, no? A crow, it's America, so a crisis, and Kameno can say, and Kenya. That report now about a year press freedom rankings now yatiabeduo. We saw the killings of Ahmed Swale. We have seen, you saw it for yourselves. Etra said, if you're a journalist in Ghana, or life, you don't have more than 24 hours to live in Ghana. You can be killed any day. Anas was forced to run and go take cover. That thief calling himself a journalist, Manasseh Zuri, he was forced to leave this country. So many people have been attacked. Normal journalists. This report is a clear notice telling you people, telling you journalists, telling you young students in DIJ said, no journalist in Ghana under Akufo-Addo has over 24-hour lifespan. You can die. And it is not like it is through the manipulations and also the orchestrations of people in power today. And if you see this as just a mere statement, Bobby and Samu, you saw what they did to them. So we're a journalist or Ghana as a young journalist, you say, oh, where there's just numbers. No. A life awareness notice. This is a caution to journalists that under Akufo-Addo, you don't have more than 24 hours. So every 24 hours, it's a blessing. Maybe he took his eye off you. You can be killed any day. Now see this. Ghana's poor ranking in 2022 World Press Freedom Index, not surprising. And this is coming from Suleiman Brahma. Now, Suleiman Brahma, essay, so ranking nearby, it is what? It is not surprising. Are you surprised? I am not surprised. I am not surprised because the government of the day has shown consistently, say, it's a government that is not ready to work with the media. And when I say not ready to work with the media, ready to work with media, am I ready to speak the truth? Because they have their own media. Like the Kwame Sefa-Kains, the Paul Adumotres, those are the people who are emboldening the Akufo-Addo's criminals to kill other journalists. Because they are the ones who are supposed to be like, you know what? These people are just like me. If I'm in your party, it does not mean say, or another party will not come out, they will not come after me. So those people, Kwame Sefa-Kain, Paul Adumotres, Ben Efson, Egbert Fable, those people, Kwame Jimmy Forum, they are the one giving this government that power to go after other journalists. Because what happens is they defend the criminality of the government. Any journalist who tries to speak against the actions of this government, becomes an enemy to those journalists. The Paul Adumotres and the Kwame Sefa-Kains, they are enemies to those journalists who want to write truth. Those journalists who want to expose crime. So what happens is that these so-called people, they are leading the government to go after their own. No government will have that power to go after journalists. When journalists are together, when journalists speak one voice, no. But when you have some part of the journalists who control majority of the mainstream media, being on the part of the criminals, anyone who is a journalist and is against that clique is an enemy. So Paul Adumotres can tell the national security to go after a journalist and later come on TV to say, What did the journalists do? The journalists actually wrote something bad, and then the government has to do something. So what they do, they use Kwame Sefakai, Poladomotre, Kwekuba Akumo to make sure that the government destroy their own. So the enemy of the journalists in Ghana today, Ghana's journalism, no, almost enemy, no, are themselves. The people who are part of them, no, they are not working to protect each other. That is why today you get up, such a news is not big news. It is not flying because majority of the people who are working for these criminals, no, are the ones helping them to destroy those guys who they say you are not defending Akufo-Addo's criminality. Akufo-Addo killed 8 people during the elections. Akufo-Addo has gone after Anas. Akufo-Addo has gone after Azuri. Akufo-Addo, Bobia Ansa. The moment you step away from their gang, they will send them to come kill you. So this report does not worry Kwame Sefakai. It does not worry Paul Adomochi. It does not worry Kukubako. Benefse does not worry him. It does not worry them because they are the ones giving them the blueprint how to go after these young journalists. See this. I want to show you a few things. How they are trying to brush away this serious report. The rights of journalists are not more important than others. This is the president, the NMC boss. Now we are talking about rights of journalists being trampled upon. Now you have to understand, say, anything Oko Ghana or free journalism school. Now Oko journalism school, if you force report, you can be prosecuted. And every single journalist in Ghana walk through the mill, no, understands that. If you force report, there are consequences. So for you, the NMC board, the media, the National Media Commissioner said, whatever boss to come and try to say, oh, assembly is there. Journalists, so their rights are not different from any. No, what we are talking about now is a government that is going after journalists. Your people already know their job. They know when they force report, they know the consequences. Now, what this man is trying to do is say, he is trying to protect the government acts. Yeah, because if you are not protecting the government act, every professional journalist know the consequences when they actually come out and report bad story. When they don't have facts, they know somebody can sue them. Now, as what do? You come out in full gear to tell the government or tell the responsible agency, and also tell the government that, you know what, this looks very scary. This is bad. Consistently, your actions toward government, journalists, it is wrong. You don't give them that hope that journalists the right of journalists are not more important than others. Nobody is saying journalists have rights than anybody else. But journalists cannot be victims. They cannot be targets. That is what we are looking at. The report that came out was not a UN report on human rights. The report that came out was a report on free speech. It is on journalism. So we are specifically talking about journalism and what they are facing. So for you to just come out and say the right of journalists are not more important than the others. Nobody has said journalists have more rights than anybody. In fact, every journalist knows the consequences when you report bad news or fake news. The issue here we are talking about is consistent. The government has used security machinery. The government has gone and killed journalists. As we speak today, there is a journalist or a journalist was murdered. A journalist has been murdered. Some are suffering from injuries that they cannot recover from. Then you start to come and talk about other people's rights. We know journalists don't have rights than anybody else, but we are talking about the report. Journalists, people's rights to have to be protected, and this is what they do. World Press Freedom Report now, it is clearly telling the world and telling Ghanaians to say, we are journalists of Ghana, you are better off dead than good. Any day you can die. Reports in the catch journalists in Ghana say, so we live through 24 hours, sir. You are lucky. Catch Ghana for says somebody like Kennedy Japan to TV so investigative journalists people like that there are more, and people like Kennedy more they will do more. So I don't expect the leadership of our media agencies to even come and start talking about journalists don't have rights more than individuals. We know No journalists have right than anyone, but we are talking about the report. What does the report say? In Tisanko, what they do is they always try to find ways to protect a sick government. What is the sense in this statement? What's the sense in this? There's nothing in it. You are just protecting a bad government. For what? And I expect the journalists in Ghana to be angry about these kind of statements. I was expecting you to come out, make an emphatic statement and say, hey, journalists are not animals. We are not fools. We have seen some of our colleagues shot. Till date, nothing has been done about it. We have seen some of our colleagues now having serious injuries they cannot recover from. You know, this is not a time for you to come and compare rights. Anybody who sits in front of a mic, who sits on TV, calls himself or herself as a journalist, knows the consequences when you report something bad about somebody. So this is not a time for you here to remind us. This is the time you have to use your platforms to let the government know that we are not sheep. That is why we have this report. Now see this. Ghana's latest press freedom ranking depressing. So, what have you done about it? This guy does not deserve to be the president or the boss of Ghana Journalists in Ghana Journalists Association. They need to sack this doll. Where are your puppets? You saw how he won his elections the last time? If he had money, he's a junkie. If this guy is the face of Ghana journalism, then we are fools as journalists to go vote for this guy. His statements don't have anything called like it does not come with any you see, when leaders make statements, those statements need to have some weight. Those statements need to have some effect, positive or negative. But this guy, since he became the GJA boss, he has never made a statement. Now, is he representing people who are the voices for the voiceless? No. Because the position you are in as the boss of Ghana journalists, it is not a small position. You are the mouthpiece of people who are ready to dare. People who are ready to go to places people don't want to go. People who are ready to investigate criminals. You are a voice. So you don't come out and make such childish, weak statement. It is depressing. So that's it. Oh, where they are some way they are depressing, you don't deserve to lead. You need to send a signal. You need to send some shots to people for you to see some positive energy. You see, something needs to change. We can't keep allowing these politicians to use the police, to use the army, to use thugs, keep killing journalists, threatening people. We can't keep doing this. Somebody from Ghana, or by America, Abesu Kevin Taylor, we had journalists in Ghana, no more Bonabaso. What I have done in America, even standing before Kennedy in court, is a victory for journalism in Ghana. Because if this fool had won in America, you will see journalists in Ghana jubilating against the journalist who had put out facts no animal has been able to contest. But we saw journalists in Ghana jubilate. Why? Kennedy Japan now obe show a journalist face on TV to be shot. He is coming to America to sue Kevin Taylor. So you see journalists in Ghana jubilating. And their uncle sue Kevin Taylor. Na Kevin Taylor ni mungwase. Na only so sue Kevin Taylor we na owinia obo kunsa aboa. Do you know that? Because he had that energy to expose an investigative journalist. And that person was killed. His actions caused that. Even though he did not pull the trigger, his actions was part of the reaction. Jimmy, how many media houses, how many journalists took that advantage to sit on TV to discuss Kennedy Japan suing Kevin Taylor in America? So many of them. How many of them were able to know that Kevin Taylor winning a case here or whatever is victory for a journalist in Ghana? None of them, they don't even understand their job. What I did here in America, the amount of money I spent in court, I didn't care. I wanted to send a message to protect journalists in Ghana. He can control the court in America, in Ghana. He can do that. He can insult the Chief Justice and still the Chief Justice will say, go. He can insult a judge, threaten a court judge, and still go ahead and nothing will happen to him. But the United States of America was built on principles. Intelligent people built this nation. The law does not respect anybody. So you need to understand, you need that protection. You need that protection. The moment you become ignorant about that, a journalist like Kennedy Japan can threaten you, put a journalist's face on TV, he can be shot and no court, no investigator, no IGP can call him to interrogate him. It shows to say the majority of these journalists don't even know. You don't even know what you are in. I have done something in America that is protecting you in Ghana. You can stand in any court and let your lawyer quote the case between Kennedy Japan and Kevin Taylor. You have no idea. See this. The peak of media attacks was under military government when a president could detain anybody at his own pleasure. We are talking about the rankings. And then Ben Efson comes and say, what you are seeing, it does not matter because during the military rule time, something worse happened. You see how foolish some fanties can be. Infantinia with Jimmy. Then Ahmed Swale is dead. And Akwasia Wedenam. Ahmed Swale has been shot, wasted, and this fool is walking around. So indirectly, this fool is defending what? In our history as a nation, we have never seen such a ranking before. Journalists don't have protection. Journalists cannot say, I'm going to cover this story and live. But a so-called senior journalist come and say, oh, this is not worse. We saw worse one when a military regime was there. Really? Is that the best comparison this fool can give? And then we see young, intelligent, hardworking, young journalists being wasted. And fools like this are walking. Why I need to the panel and on Ghana and old Jimmy? That is my problem. They still don't get it. And it is not like they don't know what they are doing. Ben Efson knows what he's doing. He's just defending crime. When did you ever hear Ben Efson spend time on Ahmed Swale's issue? Call Kennedy Japan out. He can't. Jimito, Infantini, why the belle? Jimito, ni refide ochina, he can be shot in the head. Ni refide, tomorrow, Kennedy Japan can sit on TV and say, Ben Efson, whatever you want to do to him, I'll pay. Where Jim, and these are the people walking around and say we are intellectuals. Yeah, trouble. What trouble for where Jimmy? I'll say, so where Jimmy? All that we are seeing today, it shouldn't be a problem because during some military time, regime, something like that happened. You are a foolish old man. Very, very useless. Ben Efson is one of the most useless, foolish journalists I've ever come across. You are a fool. I'm telling you. We are talking about lives being lost here. We are talking about careers being shattered. You are a foolish man. A very foolish man. Do you think we care about what happened in the military regime? We are talking about 2022. In the world, 2022. And see your rankings. See the video I showed you. Because they are feeding you like a pig. Look at the way you look. See the way you look. You look like a pig in the mud. You can't take care of yourself. We are talking about lives here. Who are you protecting? Who are you defending here? Who are you defending? You're a foolish man. Jesus Christ. Press freedom. There are reckless media practitioners in Ghana. We all know that. Even in the United States of America. Even in America. There are bad nuts in here. Journalism. It is not a perfect profession. That is why there are laws to check journalists. To check reporting. That's why people, to the citizens, to have right to say what you wrote is wrong, retract or assume. So you cannot use this as an example to say we letting the government understand they have failed. This man is a foolish man. Everywhere in the world, there are reckless journalists. Everywhere. There are good ones and there are very bad ones. And you are one of those bad ones. A Jim too much. You are very, very stupid. We are talking about lives being lost. A president being in office for 6 years and nothing has been done about those things. You just watch the video. And such fools who carry on. You started, we a poster. Post Papa Ben why. Comment the one show. In namana utu. If you free to de infante pano. Or the way on antimika krebia ne srebu nyina tim fifri. The way or tena wakonde wabaso da munyina for. This is a useless human being, foolish man. Because people are being killed in Ghana just because they want to report the truth. A pig like you just sit there and think it is easy. You think Akufo-Addo is president, so you should entertain such foolishness like this. A gym too much. Is this your excuse? Come to the US. Come to Europe. There are bad journalists there. But that is why there are rules. That is why they also understand when they go contrary to the law, people have the right to sue. People have the right to caution them. We are talking about a president under his regime. Journalists are being killed, maimed, and you foolishly sit there. Why what to said here? When I don't to hold some panel, I bet I can kwasi asem Ghana na efuntra. Omoba attack office now when nim say or chamber at what team. Omoba office ebe attack no. Now when nim say or chamber, just foolish souls are walking, and then people like Ameswale are dead. Panu way and I'm Ghana. Na Ameswale. Panu way. You can't have sex. You can't run. You have heart attack, heart problems. You have beep. You have everything. You are walking, wasting time. Now young men like Ameswale have been shot. You cannot have sex. You cannot jump. You cannot run. You cannot pick anything. You cannot do press up. You cannot. So what are you? You are just a vegetable. Just wasting everybody's time. It's a foolish creature. Also, nipa send at all paper. Foolishness is too much. Now, Kojo Oponkruma, who used to be a journalist and now a politician, it's so interesting that Oponkruma today thinks, and Mamika Bibincha Ghana for, there's something this MPP government is very good at. On say this ranking Babontin, press freedom ranking Babontin. The government tun futuro guni penny or seven yabotam chechim sene beya obi abeti ase. Utie Kojo Oponkruma mo a omo say sa ranking na ye wunti si ase eye journalism ranking ya be. Omo njintum enya no kre because Akufo-Addo's government has done a lot. We ma the green omo yesa. Now omankasa for ranking no. And omo say ranking it there enya no kre. Say omo kasa the last time I listened to Kojo Oponkruma, I see so many criterias came together to get the 60th, right? Into almost for to say human rights, almost for a few things. Into almost really nyinano and almost summing it up and almost Ghana be 260. Now almost the methodology no crampona almost use and Ghana be 68th position. It is wrong. See you. The government of the day is saying, say 2022 Press Freedom Index. Government attributes poor ranking to change in methodology. You see, a band led by Kojo Oponkruma, who used to be a host. He's not a journalist. He used to be a radio host. You see, you people get it wrong when they say somebody is a journalist. And you'll be on radio show. Kojo Oponkruma used to be a host. Now, Oponkruma said, the government, Kojo Oponkruma being the information minister, now say Akufo-Addo are buying them. They attribute the poor ranking to change in methodology. Now, the same people, almost say, go and read the report. There are some parts Ghana scored 68. There are some parts Ghana scored 80%. There are some parts Ghana scored 72%. After that, no matter what just the overall score, which is 60, the methodology is wrong. Go and read the story. Kojo Oponkruma say, you see a method na ye ranking no, wrong. And so the same Kojo Oponkruma catch up say, report to me. There are some places where Ghana scored higher points. Ghana nya 68 wa meaning say, oh, we are protecting journalists. Ghana nya 80% wa we are protecting journalists. Oh, we are also the methodology was wrong. Anything that was 60th position. Or ya kwasia, or just say you kwasia for. Or just say you chema untumi. Or just say you abronye. The individual criteria there, you are saying it is perfect because you scored some points there. But when it comes to the holistic thing, after putting all those criteria together and summarizing it in there, the methodology is wrong. Mahama de Kronfo, Ekufo de Openyin, Timen Kenenim, Emowa. When you read a report, most of them now catch them. Anytime guys are from so-called intellectuals in Ghana. With all due respect, some of you are more foolish than because these people capitalize on your foolishness. Because when I was listening to Korea Ponkruma, and I hope maybe I have the video here, when he was speaking about it, I was watching this guy and said, now would you see a Jimiana? Would you see a Jimiana? Because one side is there, but another side there, methodology is wrong. Why is methodology wrong? Because who catch say, individual ones it worked out. Perfect. Ghana scored this year. Ghana scored this year. But when it comes to the holistic thing, and you believe say the methodology no the no and shut down fuck him. Uhinim punching neighbor, punching tree. Sana omuye during election 2016, 2014, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ba omia ko malatano akwaba tomatoes ba ko so bo hunebo. Say hey tomatoes boy dio. Number omiako jina ha osmo way. Eba the holistic thing and they only the same thing the judge now say na say and don't mean jina malata and ka say tomatoes boy din ti o mani mo ayedin. And so 2014, 15, 16 omo tumi kofa eye ice kenke. Na mda be chere say monhwe ne bo ice kenke boy din o man na ebu ni de enye. And then the same tomatoes ukofa no malata na do be chere Ghana say oh how can you judge Ghana's economy with just tomato? You see the foolishness of a foolish politician? And then I make a check more Marcos Kuga says, Uncle for your Jimmy, almost some Jimmy, because on the grammar, if the methodology is wrong, then it means to say all the ones that you are talking about to say you passed 78, 67, 82, no, they are all wrong. But if you accept, say, baby, unya 68, it is right, unya 78, it is right there, then you need to accept the holistic figure. And it means it says 68 in there, no. It is 60th position. No? It is right. You are talking about methodology. What about down? Would you say any abroad? Would you say any Jimmy? Would you say any Chema to me? Would you say any Bema left? What about down? Do your homework instead of you people to just accepting that your government has failed. You know, you are foolishly trying to come and make us look like we are stupid. We don't know what we are reading. We don't know what we are looking at. Would you say I'm going to and I'm just going to brofo. What Jimmy Papa? Upon Kruma, I saw what damn politics near bow damn. I just say, brofo, politics near bow damn. You've been able to point out some places, but when the holistic number is there, you say methodology, your methodology. And I'm just here, Jimmy, near Tiani, Kasana more you should to feed into you are more intelligent than everybody. What is saying in the Equasia to say, Chema, to me? What is saying in the Mwasa Broja DC? What is saying in Num Kankan say, what is here, Jimmy Anna? People are foolish. Let us sit back and analyze the issues and find solutions. Yetumu for amuntie. Debi amoyi mu be ma to abontina mu hwe pono. Enti ye kanya sasam kirema obi ampeso betie. You're telling us methodology. What the heck is methodology? If you are going to complain about methodology, then don't take credit for the individual criteria. You are sick in your heads. Now see this. What the munim? Kojo Ponkruma assistant, deputy information minister, also there. Overzealous police officers manhandling journalists, not the doing of government. Fatimatu Abubakar, or your bar, what can you say to your bar? No about can kwasi asem say ya. Oba can kwasi asem say ya. Or can you say one go to your bar? Or a deputy information minister, a very decent woman, dressed fine, and so with Jimmy. Overzealous police officers manhandling journalists, not the doing of government. Na ankasa police for ya kwa J World Cup baya. Anka odo kwasia woni hwia ba baka kire se Akufo-Addo has changed the police force. Yes, the decision by the Akufo-Addo's government to make IGP Dampare and the police force restructure is, and the DND police council headed by Bawumia has changed the face of Ghana police force, and that they have brought back World Cup. Free. Today, dear, you are separating yourself from the crime. Who appointed the IGP? Who appointed the CID boss? Who appointed the National Security boss? When policemen brutalized civilians, when the soldiers and police came together to kill Ghanaians during election 2020, you want to tell us they are overzealous guys, right? What a brofo. And a pepe niba, or begin about Duku Kwasi Asem. When you shine Sakura, you don't know what we call respect and accepting that you have failed in something, and that to show respect and apologize and move forward by at least bringing some better minds along to change things. What do you when you say you do this kind of politics until you die? But this statement is very reckless, very stupid. You don't need to be an information minister. Overzealous police, right? It's not the doing of government, right? So all the nonsense we are seeing, you are now pushing the blame on the police. Akufo-Addo's government has never taken responsibility for their foolishness. Never, ever. And it's we am tiny. Jimmy. And then Mahama catch them. At least take responsibility. Take responsibility. You don't know how to take responsibility. They be the one person mark 100. They be a mark president. Now Jimmy money I can't say you don't want to take responsibility. So now you are shifting the blame on the police. You are very foolish people. I don't know who made you people ministers. I don't know who. I don't know what they look at before they make you people ministers. When you shine Sakura, politics now you're deputy minister. No communication expert will speak like this. I swear to God. Overzealous police manhandling journalists is not the government's doing. Girls, where Jimmy Papa, with all due respect. I'm a journalist. When you make such a statement, go back and think when you are speaking. You people, I don't know I don't know what they look at before they make you people information ministers and communicators. Communication is very important. Multi-million-dollar companies are communication for Go to the White House. Those people who stand in front of the press every day, go check how much they are paid. Share. You think it's easy? You need to be smart. You need to think smart. Because every single statement you are making, you are representing the president. You get it? Every single statement you make, it is the president speaking through you. President Jimmy, president needs certificate. President, gentlemen. So at the end of the day, yes, he doesn't have a certificate. I will never work for somebody who doesn't have a certificate. I'm not a fool. Because men was certificate, who needs certificate? Why should I work for a madman? So it is looking like, say, I see I done more than Ghana. Ofu be a politics, I have fool. Ofu be to me a politics or Ghana. Ofu be to me a position. And the Ghana be a economy in war. John Kuman a finance minister. She be a economy in war. She be a yedu a crony bo John Kuma and a deputy finance minister. Ni Jimmy ana. John Kuma has no experience. He's managing Ghana's finance. The finance minister himself, he's a sick dog. He's working there, part 33, working dead. You don't have an economy. People who have brains to handle your economy. Maybe a Yedri, John Kuman, deputy finance minister. And I say, I am what? President is not doing Yeduma. Akwawe, on no reading the whiskey, we are come on this, a free Akotoro, a Greek minister. Read forward, so I must go for about them. Anything on super president did, because when we got joint. Na me read for now. Ni enum kwasia wi. Na ade be che ba ko say eh ya be me MPO. Me so meka ko because me level of intelligence. Anything who so free akoto to me say montuma me so be president or chinwe. That's why we have people like these today. Now see this. Press freedom. It's surprising Akufo-Addo hasn't met the president yet. It's not surprising. And this is coming from Ajimandia. Why is this surprising? Why is this surprising? It is not surprising. Anyone Obeka say are shocking anyone wants to for the Asia press. No. Now Ankasana, you are not being truthful to yourself. Ekufuado will never meet the press. Ekufuado kills pressmen. Ekufuado kills journalists. Ekufuado uses the security to intimidate Ghanaians, kill Ghanaians and kill journalists. Why should he meet the press? The president himself has dementia. The president is not intelligent. The president does not care. This guy is a tyrant. He smokes his head off every time, goes after anything he wants to go after. He's a dirty old man who does not consider the plight of his people. Papani Niminyansa, he does not know how to lead. He does not respect. He thinks everybody is a fool, like the people who he has given positions to. Why should he meet the press? He kills the press. So why should he be surprised when Ekufuado hasn't met the press? Nyansa Bele won the team on the press in Bishia. Because when you meet Ekufuado today, better premise or a member of America, this email press conference, me, I'll come and ask him a question. There also is Bonon Kasa. But the Modis America is zoo what down. Oba America could no call. Share. Bradis, I had the assemblyman. Washington DC, any assemblyman for her. We will walk in and we will pose a question to you. Share. What is Dana Solomon Owusu, Dr. Solomon Owusu? Eya so be some question. Aisha Wanga Shamna, Mudimu Jimmy, ebe se opia bontino. No person obe misbehave ko be kire mu bibi. Me say, Mudia mo pa mombra DC say o, ye open floor, Ekufuado press conference, ye be bo tag aba, na ehu otwe obe unity. Question nke be bu se Ekufuado ko be dwunso. The president kills the press. And we all know that. Majority of the journalists who have been attacked, the instructions came from the Jubilee House. Because everybody who is leading the security force was appointed by the president. Kandapa was appointed by the president when they went to the Volta region to attack Ghanaians. It was under the instructions of the president. When people were shot at Techiman South, Kandapa, the military, the police, the heads were all appointed by the president. He is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The vice president, Lilipu, that Abozeke, he is the head of the Ghana Police Council. They instructed these soldiers to kill Ghanaians. Are you foolish? This man kills press. You expect him to meet the press. For what? This guy is crazy. Psychologically, he's crazy. Odinsa is 7 feet. He is 4 feet. He's a dwarf. And dwarfism is not a bad word. Ekufuado falls under dwarfism. Those people who don't understand grammar, who use dwarfism, who is Ekufuado? Go and check dwarfism. Ekufuado is around 4 feet. He is a dwarf. He falls under dwarfism. Dwarfism is I don't want to go in there. But Ekufuado, to me, is a dwarf because he is not tall. He falls under 5 feet. What Jimmy I can't wear that. And they can tell him Ekufuado, say Ekufuado a dwarf. Yes, he falls under dwarfism. He is under 5 feet. So he's a dwarf. And that's not an insult. That is grammar. Jimmy T, he is 4.2 inches. That is his height. He's not 5 inches. He's a dwarf. He falls under dwarfism. And if you don't understand, Jimmy T, say, pardon for no can be no more the Oseku for the dwarf. Now, one dwarf. What is your case a dwarf for idea? Huh? Your case a dwarf, as such as saying. We better grab much about dwarfism, I say. The guy is a dwarf. He sees himself like he's 7 foot. He's not. He's suffering for dwarfism. Yes. He's not more than 5 feet. So he's a dwarf. And you allow this Lilliput, this Abranoma, this dove, Nebo Sachensi to misbehave, take the laws into his hands and misbehave all because when you know when Jimmy now on the power. Why should we sit here and hold your shrinking balls and say, Nana, no, if your balls have shrunk, we will tell them, so tell this little put. And your cross, I bring you. So we are not Bema, could be a son in him. Tell him in his face. The democracy does not belong to any dwarf. Give me the definition of dwarfism. Now, a Jimmy Forum, so I'm going to take grammar, no? And make us a Kevin tell them what you're free. Do you know what dwarfism is? Let me bring it out. Hey, wait there. And now catch a president. Me say, Ekufuado falls under dwarfism. On tiasi for Jimmy Koda. Mami reading chiramu. Now next time, no, we go show kwasi abro for na bibia ya edidi atem. Bibia Ghana de bibia edidi atem. Listen to dwarfism. Dwarfism is short stature that results from a genetic or medical condition. Dwarfism is generally defined as an adult height of 4 feet 10 inches. Ekufuado is not 4 feet 10 inches. He has a medical problem. 4 feet 10 inches or less. Definition, no. 4 feet 10 inches or less. Ekufuado is not more than 4 feet 10 inches. He's a dwarf. The average adult height among people with dwarfism is 4 feet 122 centimeters. Ruler, confer ruler. Next check 4 feet, never 122 centimeters count. Ekufuado does not pass that. When Jimmy Yakabibia would do a atem, Bibia the attempt. Bibia the attempt. And the way you go for me say, Ghana's president Nana Danko Ekufuado is suffering from dwarfism because he's not 5 feet. And the attempt down. Now let's move forward. Now see this. This story you should take very, very, very serious. The reason why Meka James said this story you should take serious and say NPP, especially Kufuor Abanwe, anytime they want to cause damage, they use the so-called agencies. Makacha, we should be very careful. Now, Ekufuado knows to say the constitution is down, and a gun of Winya Brepa, Yampin, so or use Obesako another tema. Now he knows he can't do that. The people will revolt. That is why he's doing everything possible to get Bawumia there. Because the Ekufuado no, on the power no, and so no. Now they are strategizing something. Independent committee needed to lead talks on election of MMDCEs. The Institute of Democratic Governance, IDEG, is calling on President Ekufuado to establish a committee of eminent Ghanaians to lead efforts towards partisan involvement in local governance. This was cooked in the Jubilee House. They use independent bodies to make suggestions. This is the Ekufuado person we need. And we have seen it over and over. You see, Anke Ekufuado made the president. I never knew said there's nothing like independent people in Ghana. There's nothing like independent people in Ghana. When Mahama was president, when Atamos was there, when Kufuor was there, when all these guys, we understood what we call independent committee, independent people. Until Ekufuado became president, and I said there's nothing like independent. The so-called independent people did campaign for Ekufuado to become president. And then, as of 424, they have become Ekufuado lapdogs. They have become fools for Ekufuado. He is using them to build a stupid, senseless cathedral. They are not speaking today. Muslim clerics, Christian, the clergy. All of these people have become fools. We are independent. No, we don't need any independent committee. There's nothing like an independent committee in Ghana. So you need to understand, Ghana, for my argument down, this thing you are seeing here, it is orchestrated by Ekufuado. Obeti on one group. Now he will come back and say, "Oh, I've listened to the Institute of Democratic Governance, and I think it's a good idea. So this is what we are going to do. I am going to put together a committee." Ekufuado putting together a committee. Ekufuado became president, and our Supreme Court has become what? A bargaining chip house. That is where people bargain to make money. Ekufuado putting together an independent committee. Who is independent committee here? Today in Ghana, who is independent? Who is independent? Pastors for a Muslim for who is independent in Ghana? So they are cooking something. Jubilee House, Gabi Asochoda Kronfono, and that is how they work. That is how they operate. Oh, we want to say independent organization. Oh, we think the president should do this. We want to petition the president. That is what they did to get rid of Charlotte Osei. And as I read my friend Maxwell Pokwajiman, you need maybe free. Oh, it's in the law. They have written a petition to the presidency that Charlotte Osei has gone or breached the law. You need so many MP before. That is what they do. This is their blueprint. Akufo-Addo wants to use Jubilee House to manipulate the MMDC's elections never. He knows what he wants to do because the moment he's able to get that, he has what we call the primary result. This is how he is going to manipulate the local government. He knows. Oko MPP ni mo Akufo-Addo a terrible tyrant. He kills and laughs and walks. This president kills the press. So let us not fall for this foolish independent DND. We used to believe in independent DND. We were here when we had occupied Ghana. Let my vote count. Occupied Blackstaff House. DND. And kwasia for women and there. Moja is ankuma se rough away. Kwasia saro is ankuma every saro. Till date, has he been able to talk about the royal diamond people? Oh yeah, a foolish, and God has patience for such criminals. So go kuni to no chine. Is ankuma. Or the kind of Christianity am a tiny. Utumu kwasia for bidinechi. Is ankuma na Christmas or Bogan kwasia way. Now all these are these kind of countries are Iran and Kasankwasia dia ma men's gold. In Kofolusum can call down in more. Ya China hanging a crowd. Iran, you can't do this nonsense. You can't go to North Korea and be a journalist and say you are foolishly doing this. So there's nothing like independence in Ghana again. We should bring everything to Parliament. Let us all judge. Let us all vote on everything. What is independent here? Where is the independence? Who is independent in Ghana? Who is independent in Ghana today? Who? Would you see a Jimmy Ohu? Esankuma kwasiampenyo kwasiato occupy Ghana working like a bull. If the president knows that he can't do the job, why did he take office? Kwasiato come and say the same thing today. Oho times or chimba. Esankuma enda oyiri etwale kasa abuebi. Sam kwasiafo ni nam Ghana ye Christopher nom de TV so kwasialo obi omakosua omu wini case wa outside that. Togo krom to wini case. And omu intimidate Ghana for kwasia ne se rough Esankuma. Such a foolish soul. I'm working like a bull. We are there in the occupied Ghana. Let the laborers leave and the right people to these foolish, dirty people. Where are they? Greedy bastards. Where are your voices? Today you are being fed like chicken. We saw CSOs who were vocal. Kofi Bentel and Ofui or Shechin or Twitter. Abu Waneba. By demonstration. D Black Abuey or General Edumso demonstration. So we are ECG. Light. They need to jail that pot-belly bastard. He was in a demonstration. Dumso, I will food that. You are very good at pimping. You think pimping woman is the same as stealing from the government? Ekrobia Nyansaphobia, D Black should be jailed. Oh yeah, who the hell is D Black? Now, who the hell is D Black? You have stolen from the government. You have stolen from the people. You have stolen from ECG. You need to go to jail. Nobody wants to abide by the law. There's no sense of responsibility. Every foolish idiot just misbehaves and walk. Jail D Black. Jail him. Me especially particular D Black or them. You need to use him to set an example. So we are ECG. It's a crime on the line. And jail that pimp. Ukoda sell one near jail 12 years and not a jantra for another in Sawana down chain. And all these people are working, misbehaving. They speak like they own something. They own nothing. Me, I don't have a friend. I keep saying on my platform. If today I'm nice with you, and you think when your matter come will talk, then you are going crazy. I don't have a friend. Because the job I've taken upon myself is a tough one. It's a difficult one. If I decide to be nice to everybody, I can't speak on anything. So if we are serious as a nation, jail D Black also could go them. We also could jail 12 years. Why shouldn't he go to jail? He has gone against the law. Why shouldn't he? He has illegal connection 15 years. So why is that clown walking around? Time and they fix the Ghana light. Now we tisa bosom who hear demonstration. Mahama is a thief. Dude, ya hear dumsona also we are kaniano. Jail this pimp. And so Angelino, Adentra, Kwasi Atobi to government, D Black there, why do you have to jail him? Makwasi been kwasi adi obwasi sisi ya, because hey, uhane nimu they will jail him. D Black, if me power and call them, I don't have anything against his job, his profession, but you have gone against the law. Emrano, jail the pimp. A gentleman for business, they'll be able to marry, but main rea of my energy, don't main rea of my light. As simple as that. Gentleman, they will be able to marry. Hey, and the Udrid La Pass, Nagas up and 30 up in Poma, Obenyebi. Someone's getting him. But don't steal our light. This guy, you go and see him talking about politics, talking about politicians being thieves. We are running a nightclub at our expense. Why lucky so be pay Ghana and Kwasiafo Bells also? Some tum kura 23 years. Obi Dina baby so Kevin there. Why is he insult? I'm not insulting. He's a thief. D Black here. Who the hell is D Black? D Black wants to be rapid. Only the points in yet, the punchlines in yet, only timing, only pimping up. Jail him. Why should D Black walk? Why should he walk? Tell me. Jack, Mamun Chichisa, Eric Hansen, when no, Jack, Jubilee House boys, so they just come here to distract you. Don't pay attention to such fools. You get it? If you pay attention to such fools, you will not watch. The show is important. Where Jimmy? Oh, baby, don't waste your time on such fools. I beg you. So people like D Black would say, no, a jail candidate. Yani Jimmy Tra, I never know. Ono otwana matete to so near Unicoti abeto abonten na D Black no Jimmy who one crying. Jail that pimp. You see our time so consume to be more Ghana. What be we are there near Chiwa on Kananuntum. This is not funny. You and who is not funny. What you think one and Kwasi ade na yem kana mwofu. What be we are light. Instead of you humbling yourself, you are foolishly sitting there. This is not funny. Jail that pimp. You think I have time? All right, let's do it. Let me do the editorial now. We're going to the editorial now. Me finish the show now. Okay. So okay. Maybe for 2 minutes and run it through something quickly for you guys. This is from Baumia. What is Baumia saying? Corrupt people hate transparency. We've made tremendous progress. Baumia Neka. John Mahama has asked people one simple question. Or say, you people should prove to Ghanaians to say COVID-19 is mundi Mumbai accounts keke. Baumia you were a toy, you were a comedian. Today, so we say Baumia Kasamunina on Kasan who the Kufuada's government has done this. That be careful. On to me come out, Jimmy, obedient our campaign. Talk. Me see, Baumia, when we talk about a government that is corrupt, that is not transparent, it is you Baumia. Mahama Kacham said, you people should just come out one day and tell us how you use the COVID-19 money. You are talking about transparency. You have done tremendous. What have you done? Shut up and go sleep. Who is going to believe such a liar? What strides have you made? We asked you a simple question. You went to World Bank, IMF, took all this money. Monya accountability keke. Obiti says for a kufu before what is the bonsam. The moment you ask for the COVID-19 money, none of you don't respect. Before come and do accounts. When you know didn't quite say me and control. But someone who boop penny deal. You won't penny for me answer. And you won't penny for with Jimmy. Do Elizabeth or Henny. Se be na chino, se menopause na chino every day. As some of the Kebias na engagement. Elizabeth or Henny. Politics in tea. Ni penny Indiana I say, bodam kama bodam ni kasa anyhow. Challenging BBC report. Adintra, she wants to put her credibility on the line, her age on the line, to foolishly misbehave. See this. It's me so please, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, that's not how I'm supposed to defend. You're a fool. I don't do that. Jimmy. That's how it's supposed to work. Now see this quickly. Let's go through this. Now Shraj is taking care of Sewa Bruni case. Remember, Makarisa Part 2 will come. So Shraj said they are investigating now. I'll be following this thing. I know, sir, Parliament too, the NDC part are saying they are going to follow up. We are not done with this Sewa Bruni thing. But say, moi mostati kasaya mabre. Na me jin say mo ba be kase Ekufuado nyeye. Enkwasiafo na mugu social media. Sika yakra metuam rent nti, mo ye de mabre. Ekufuado agentry ni Sewa Bruni so the national security. Almost a wabro ni bo mudi nyina kwasi ampanyi be na tuma be questions ano. Me say answer na obetina with social media so di Kevin Taylor atem. Answer na obetina Ghana, obetina Brochire, obetina UK, obetina America. Edi me matem no me say. First of all no din kan kofre oba ye bobo mudi ni nyina say aden no mon kasa ye so wentuma ye say ye kwasia. So wabro ni buy about date, about month, about names. Till date, nobody about din has been able to come out with an official statement or responded. Now, when Jimmy T, what to them to studio, say what to come, di me matem, what have I done to interview Sarah Bruni? When Sarah Bruni came, she gave you facts, she gave you dates, she gave you time, she gave you location and mentioned names. None of these people have been able to come out to say it's a lie. Now, when Jimmy T, politics say Jimmy Winty, you have a personal issue with me. I am living good. I am doing my job. If you think you have a bigger platform than mine, use it. Last, Mr. Obika said, why did Kevin Taylor interview Sarah Bruni on this TV? Na NDC for platform. I say, platform ben na Sarah Bruni ko interview me. Me campaign on my platform na me de Sarah Bruni contact amani plan or interview Sarah Bruni. Mo I must say, I don't know Sarah Bruni ba Loud Silence TV to come EBS interview. Me say, platform ben and legitimate than this platform for Sarah Bruni to grant an interview. Mo mami bi. Na me first had the pana. Obey side, na me can say, this is Sarah Bruni Jeno. Yan interview. Mwa, do you think it's easy? Nanka mobe kasa nanka makasa obi akasa oh, nanka so Sarah Bruni kwa. Na de mama na mom direct mumbo din. Mumbo platform din. So most platform where NDC platform, Kevin Taylor, me say, no platform is bigger than this platform. They are saying a platform you're bigger than this platform and independent or you're better in questioning than me no on other no when you not men can say Bruni part 2 men fuck off. So na make say Bruni. I will tell Sarah Bruni, you know what? I don't want to grant you any part 2. Go there and let this place. I Ghana for say honor ye. A honor no kre wono ko. Ebi ni ho. Ebi wo ha mon kan kire me mmoa. Wo di Kevin Taylor atem. Na woni medura edi. Woni medura edi. On say mo di me atem wi na mo koda mo ntumi na. Because it's hunting you. And some of you people, I will never respond to you people because you know what? I have done you people more good. I will not respond to any of you people. I have better things to deal with. I have serious things to handle than to spend and waste time on people I can take care of. No, I don't do that. I am here. If you need my assistance, if you want me to put you on my platform, humble yourself and come. And I'll first check your credibility, check your mind. Says, mentally, are you stable? Intellectually, are you consistent? Before I'll give my platform to you. But the moment I went to prove it to me, say, oh, boy, damn. When to prove it to me, say, unye obia, was psychosis, obia, obia, some mental problem. I cannot put any mental patient on my show. I can't. Prove to me. Be consistent. That is when I'll give you the platform. But nobody can say, oh, Pastor Baham, humble yourself. Prove to the people that you are legitimate enough to end this platform. And I'm never going to respond to any of you people. Go and question those people who were mentioned for them to come and disprove Sarah Bruni's facts. And son me, I'll give anybody that time. You're still watching. With all respect, extended version. After this short break, I'll do a very short, very short editorial on the Supreme Court, and then I'll open the phone lines.
We've always sung the first stanza of our national anthem, which asks for God's blessing on our homeland, Ghana. And it enjoins us to resist oppressors' rule. Many have not taken the time to observe the second stanza of our national anthem, and the lyrics bear reflection. It says, "Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity, with our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in mist or storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now and forevermore." This stanza calls for a nation strong in unity and enjoins us with our gift of mind and strength of arm to serve our motherland, Ghana, now and forevermore.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're getting some messages here that the sound is not like how it used to be. We can't do anything now. I don't want to touch anything. We will do that after the show. Now, today's editorial is simple. It's about this. Thank you, Mr. P. Today's editorial is just this. The Supreme Court, the E-Levy Assembly Echo Court. I'll do this in 15 minutes. The E-Levy Assembly Echo Court, NDC4. Now, E-Levy Assembly Court, the Supreme Court came out with their ruling. Now, Obibusa say, Supreme Court ruling on a normal day, is it right? Yen say na Assembly Court and na MPP are buying a passing E-Levy. I can say Ghana for entire E-Levy taxes. Now, Obebusa who say, then the whole Supreme Court, and say Assembly court Abaya or still went ahead to implement E-Levy. Abrana Assembly Krampodo yen transo. Obebusa say, and the Supreme Court any problem with that? Now, you call Supreme Court and I say Ghana for Supreme Court and I say NDC for Supreme Court Nipa beye judges and some 7 judges that na assembly so say E-Levy omanfa MPP for anfa ekwan paso and a passing or parliament into E-Levy any se court ma ho kwan ma ya implement E-Levy judges are omotena case no so no enie justice Nene AO Amegache na oka unanimous 7 na omugitu mu ni say assembly NDC for buy e no Assembly Omabua Togu, and that MPP for right to say Omeden Omema E-Levy Akoso. Yes, I would judge BT say unanimous 7 Omotena case was. Remember, this judge was appointed by Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado, or Ekufuado appointed judge. The second judge is this judge, Justice Yoni Kulendi. He was appointed by Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado. Remember, Kulendi has this allegation hanging on around his neck. Say he killed his teacher. Yoni Kulendi allegation in the time I know school your friend Yoni Kulendi na di diankasa editimbila. Ni teacher ni friend Ali. This man used the table the leg of a chair to hit the man's head and a man wuye. And a nipa or representing those times I know school na Ambrose Derry. This allegation is out there. Yoni Kulendi has ignored it. He had decided to speak about it. Ambrose Derry has not spoken about it. So as we speak, it is there. It is hanging around his neck. Say he killed his teacher called Mr. Ali. This man too was part of the unanimous 7 now. Almost say E-Levy Abain Enkosono Jiska. The next judge, Justice Henrietta Mensah Bonsu. This woman, Nipa 7 and almost 20. I'm respecting the power, but you never know. When you dine with the devil, you become a devil yourself. I respect her because Mekai Nyombe Bia why her judgment near the idea you could see say now you're independent minded woman kakra. But I think say she's also looking or trying to get the Chief Justice slot. Say in your bois, your pamona. And I say oh the term move through her. So they are all there just basically in football Quebec say omo ebo a year trials. And I say omo ebo justification, not justify. To justify themselves and say they can be Chief Justice. So she was also part of the judges Omoka unanimously Nipa 7 Omoka say NDC for 7 Yambontungu. See this person, Justice Gertrude Tukonu. This is the liar in the Supreme Court. Oya Obia, the last time he born Obi Obi Chirama na Ojina Central Gospel preaching about integrity. This woman has no integrity. This woman, Nikunu, was a pharmacist. He was out of job for years. When Ekufuado came to power, they have given this woman's husband the biggest position. Her husband is a pharmacist. Privately, he could not make life. Ekufuado buy no, ena omomoye na judge, mami we judge, ena ni kunu so mama ni deal. So me boa ombra bontina mention na DB. So this woman is basically committed to making sure every nonsense Akufo-Addo puts out there, she will support it. Do you remember the Supreme Court, the election petition? No? She was there. Do you remember another case, Ebaso, Opuni case in Yanot? So that's her job. She's also eyeing the Supreme Court. Also, she has the Supreme Court Chief Justice Assembly at home. All these people want to be Chief Justice. They say, when the poison becomes Chief Justice, there's nothing we can do. So this woman, justify your inclusion. All right, now the next one is this. Justice Professor Ni Ashikote, this man too was part of the group. Omuka said, Opunia Samnomukai review. No, these are the people who ganged up to make sure say review na Opuni Edibim. No, almost no. Hunyugas will still sit on the case. This Amegache. And this Amegache guy, he is a good friend to Samokujato, the criminal na neba echo repeat ni made no the ba akwakotna Canada. No, Sam Okujato, you know him. He is part of the GLC and the Council of State. That criminal working in Ghana, Banchi, greedy guy. Like this now, Akufo-Addo the Tomano. That man has no credibility. He has no integrity. His son has raped his own house help. And not Canada. Such people are not supposed to be respected in Ghana. A thief like Sam Okujato, this guy is his friend. They work in the same chamber. They have created a whole subject at the Ghana Law School. And these people, that is how they are. They have no integrity. He was also part of the number 7. Unanimous decision on the ban. Justice Mariama Owusu too was appointed by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. All the 7 were appointed by Akufo-Addo. You need to understand. He needed that unanimous decision to make sure E-Levy passes. We will come to the judgment. Now, this judge is called Justice Avril Lovelace Johnson. This woman is the Chief Justice's ex-wife. Since only Chief Justice Ejai, she has never been stable when it comes to analyzing issues. She's always there to lick the butt of the Chief Justice. So you have to understand, she was also part of the group now, Opuni Review. No, they knew that Hunyuga had gone against the law, and so still they said, yes, let Hunyuga sit on the case. So all these 7 people, you see clearly say they were all appointed by Akufo-Addo to do Akufo-Addo's bidding. Sometimes somebody would sit in Ghana, and there's one thing these people have done. Mami with the broken heart at channel, the team you grant to me. In Jordan, the Chief Judge can say, hey, but there's something that we need to understand. Nipa bi di hubia Ghana for Trimo Ghana say you cannot speak against the decision of the Supreme Court. It's a lie. Me say so big now when Nimka just say you cannot criticize the Supreme Court. That person is a criminal. The Supreme Court, there's something called review at the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court require making judgment. Sometimes they reverse their judgment. Meaning, those people at the Supreme Court are not perfect. Meaning, they can also take bribe. Meaning, they are also humans. Meaning, they can make mistakes. Meaning, they can go contrary to the law. So, nobody can tell me, say, the Supreme Court of the land in Ghana, you cannot criticize it. Come to the United States of America. There's this law, Roe v. Wade. This law of abortion. And the Supreme Court, draft about Bontene. Roe v. Wade report, judges, independent write up. De back say abortion, America. Nobody can do abortion in America. Come and see the opinions people are writing. Go to the New York Times website. Go and read opinion about what people are writing to the Chief Justice. And these people writing opinions are not beneficial, are only the left and right. They are not Kukubaku. These are world-renowned editors. People the world recognizes when it comes to contributing to serious matters. Go to America, come here and go on TVs, MSNBC, CNN. People are on TV criticizing the Chief Justice and respective judges. So let me tell you, if the United States Supreme Court can be criticized, what the hell is Ghana? What the hell is Ghana Supreme Court? A court that goes to the UK to go bring a book to judge their elections cannot be a credible court. The United States of America court will never leave the shores of America to go take a book from another country to judge their elections. They will be foolish. They will lose that integrity. They will lose that trust in their constitution. And the United States of America will never do that. But Ghana, a sovereign country, goes all the way to the UK, goes all the way to Holland, and said there's a book there, there was a judgment there. Let us use that to decide what the people want. It shows that the two Supreme Court, one is a child. When you give it a lollipop, it will dance in public, misbehave, and do anything that you want. One is a respectable, matured Supreme Court that knows what it's doing. So nobody should tell anybody, say, you cannot criticize the court. A court that takes goats. We have seen Supreme Court judges misbehave in public, make utterances that a Supreme Court judge should never make. A Supreme Court judge that campaigns for a certain president. This is not a court. This is what I call what? A court of what? And I have to let you see this. This is what we always call that a court of transaction. Ghana Supreme Court is a court of transaction. More transactions you do there, more cases you win. That is why you have somebody like a year Godfrey Dame being your Attorney General. He has never won a case anywhere. He has never been able to win a case for Ghana. He does not even win cases for Ghanaians. He only represents Akufo-Addo and his criminals. That's why you have somebody like Godfrey Dame who went to the UK to sit in front of Ghanaians to say, Opuni should be jailed. Abra not only any facts in front of him. You have a child, a black-faced squirrel like that, leading your judiciary. That is why we have somebody like that. That is why we have an Attorney General who can go before the court and say the people of Sao, over 20,000 people, disenfranchise them. And he foolishly walks in Ghana with a stupid tie and thinks he's intelligent. He thinks power will never change. So you cannot compare these courts. The Supreme Court in Ghana is child's play. It's a transaction headquarters. The more you transact business, the more you exchange better things, the more you win cases. And we have seen it. And we know. I was here and I told you, Ghanaians, that Attorney General has gone to meet a Supreme Court judge representing the Chief Justice to make sure Opuni loses a review. And everything came to pass. When Attorney General was called in court, Godfrey Dame, to come stand in a box and take an oath to answer questions, he declined. This is a criminal cartel. You think what I'm talking about the Ghana Supreme Court can happen to American Supreme Court? No. So nobody should sit anywhere else and intimidate you and lie to you that you cannot criticize the court. You should be able to criticize it. The court is filled with humans. They are not gods. If they were gods, they would have created their own court. We appointed them. We feed them. When they go and retire, we will feed them till they die. So we have every right to do what? To criticize their actions, especially when the court is clearly a political court. When the Chief Justice is a foot soldier to a politician. When the Chief Justice is licking the president's butt. When the Chief Justice, at the end of the day, tries everything possible to make sure that the opposition and Ghanaians as a whole, he uses the law to intimidate us. I will never sit here and encourage that. So we have the right to criticize the small Ghana Supreme Court. The small Ghana Supreme Court. The level of intelligence in the Supreme Court in America, you can never compare that to that of Ghana. No, it's a fact. They know the law. They know the law that binds this country. They know the constitution. They know what they can do and what they cannot do. A Supreme Court judge in America can never stand in public and say, Mr. President has done this, so vote for Joe Biden. He knows that is what we call murdering yourself, shooting yourself in the foot. A United States Supreme Court judge will never do that. He will only be a crazy man to make such a statement, no matter where. Even in his own home, he would never tell his kids that go and vote for Joe Biden. He knows the oath that he has taken, even in his home, it's watching him. But in Ghana, we see a judge when you guys sit in public and say, go and give Akufo-Addo 4 more because he has brought free education. Ghana, a Supreme Court judge is supposed to be just, irrespective of the place he finds himself. So to respect that court, it becomes so difficult for people like us because I live in a country where the Supreme Court judges conduct themselves in a way that makes you respect the law, makes you respect them. But people back home, people calling themselves Supreme Court judges in Ghana, do not get to that standard. They are below that standard. Now, so they went to court, and now the Supreme Court said, they should go ahead and do what? And I'm about NDC for 72 years. Now, the Supreme Court gave a reason. And the reason is there will be hardship in Ghana without E-Levy. In the Supreme Court, no more basic judgment in Ghana say Say yama sa ase a E-Levy na nkoso a ahokyere beba Ghana. Now the question I want to ask Ghana nia utim say, Supreme Court, is it there to interpret the law or is there to make sure policies are implemented? Because from what I know from day one, yes, the Supreme Court, they are there to what? Interpret the law. Supreme Court is not the Constitutional Review Committee. The Supreme Court is not PIAC. The Supreme Court is not Parliament. The Supreme Court is there to look at the law and apply the law and interpret the law. Now, if the Supreme Court is basing their judgment on, say E-Levy and Pasia, and whatever Ghana they are, then that's not a court. That is a cluster of transactional agents. It means that they are there not looking at the law, but they are there pleasing somebody's policy. The Supreme Court basically showed in their judgments, already 4 judgments now, they did not have a reason to stop this, but they had to do it because they are licking the butt of the president. Now the Supreme Court is saying, say, E-Levy has to go on because nipa baako entumi embe stop it. E yet taxes are ebeboa ama oman etumpon. When you read the whole judgment, omo point in and say, obi ntumi fa E-Levy back court. Embe catch say yen stop E-Levy because taxes no ebeboa eyi ahokyere efri Ghana. Now listen to this well. I'll say, omo mudi case ni back court no. They are trying to stop Ghanaians from getting taxes, or the Ghanaian government from getting enough taxes to liberate us from hardship. Into the Supreme Court, basically what it is doing is say, nipa bi entumi be entumi entumi be ha Ghana for. Ghanaians need that taxes. The Supreme Court is actually speaking for Ghanaians, and let's give them credit for that. The Supreme Court is speaking for Ghanaians because I say NDC for entumi be stop E-Levy because taxes ni nya. So taxes now so it means the Supreme Court is looking at the better good of the people. And I'm a boy. Now, this same Supreme Court, when somebody came from the MPP side to stop Joseph Quayson, the Asin North MP, what did the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court said, yes, you this Asin North MP, go home. Don't carry yourself as an MP. Quayson was representing who? Was he representing animals? Was Joseph Quayson representing pigs in Parliament? The Asin North MP, was he representing talks in Parliament? I just want to have here, because we are looking at the inconsistency of the Supreme Court. It's a political court. Because in one breath, let us let this E-Levy go because Ghanaians need to get out of this hardship. And E-Levy is going to help Ghanaians get out of that hardship. So the E-Levy, the Supreme Court is looking at the betterment of Ghanaians. Quayson was in Parliament. He was representing humans. He was representing Ghanaians. This same Supreme Court said, you, as we speak, step away from Parliament. So if Parliament resumes today, the people of Asin North will not have a representative. So it means that those in Asin North, but when it comes to the NDC, making sure the right thing is done, the Supreme Court puts aside the law and now use their common sense to say, you know what? We don't need law. We need to speak for Ghanaians. When it comes to Quayson, this one day we need law because those people Quayson represent us not only a moi. That is the basic interpretation of the judgment of the Supreme Court. So you see this kind of court, it's a roller coaster court where I find it difficult to respect. I find it difficult to respect that court because the inconsistencies in their delivery or their judgment, it does not make sense. This is shitty. This does not make any sense. So, you are not there to interpret the law. You are there to protect. Fine. The Supreme Court is protecting Ghanaians. You have more taxes. Because you are Ekufuado Abayana Hobachirino. You saw Ekufuado Abayana the Quayson Abba Court. So Quayson cannot hold himself as an MP. Supreme Court said, yeah, Quayson Kotrafi may hold himself. But Quayson too is representing the same Ghanaians now because you taxes. So why didn't you use the same principles to stop Quaysons? And say Quayson should hold himself as MP till the case finishes. But he said no, Quayson should not go to Parliament. But E-Levy there, Ghanaians should go ahead with E-Levy. Now the amount who say Supreme Court for the judgment, so despicable. Say now the Supreme Court gave an order to Ghana Revenue Authority, said they should keep records of every transaction. It means to say the Supreme Court knows that the judgment it's putting out there is a political one. It is not a definite judgment. He knows that this judgment has loopholes. They know that the judgment they are putting out there is to please the president. Because why should the Supreme Court now direct Ghana Revenue Authority to keep records? Meaning, the judgment can be challenged to the point whereby it will be tough for the Supreme Court to make it stand. This is not a court anybody can trust, and this is not a court that a Ghanaian who loves Ghana should put their trust in. The last time I catch a Ghana for the EC, the Supreme Court, they can never let Ghanaians believe that we will have a free and fair election. Because I will never trust the court. 90% of Ghanaians don't trust the court. 90% of Ghanaians don't trust the EC. Who is going to tell us who won election 2024? It's important. We don't have a country. And let me tell you one thing. It is going to the point whereby the court so messed up to the point, say, it is calling for what we call anarchy. It is calling for what we call disturbances, and we're calling for what we call a breakdown of democracy. We are in a country, we can basically say it's a state in crisis. Because now the people don't believe in the court. If somebody is owing me and it's 20,000 Ghana cedis, I know the court is a lying court. I cannot trust the Supreme Court. I cannot trust the appeals court. I cannot trust the judicial system. I'll go and kill the person myself. When I go to the person's house and he says, I don't have it, I will go and hire some people to come and kill him and take whatever he has. That is what is dangerous about what the Supreme Court is doing. The people don't have trust in the courts again. And the moment the people don't have trust in the court, the destabilization starts. The democracy starts to deplete. Today, when you take 100 Ghanaians and you ask them, what do I say about court and I say court? Or say Medim Mufi. And when Ubika say Medim Mufi, he can take the law in his or her own hands and then do damage. It shows how bad our court is. And the moment we get there, we have to understand that we are in a failed state. You see, the moment we get to that level, Ghanaians, we have reached what we call a failed state. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. After this short break, 5 minutes to pick calls and end today's show. Hello, caller. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Patrick Kasa. Yeah, go ahead.
In fact, the way I hear Mexico, it is getting to a time at the Supreme Court judges, as we said, now there is no trust, and people have started advising themselves. They should sit up, they should keep on with what they are, and at the end of the day, they will see the outcome. Because you see, Ghana from instead,
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for making it brief. All right. Hello, caller. Yes, sir. You have a call. Nice bar. I'm. Let me show him continue. Need to have rough. Need to have rough. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Some people are facing that challenge, and other people like
Hello, caller. Good evening, sir. Go ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Hello, caller. You can't hear the callers. You should be able to hear the callers. Hello, caller. You can't hear the callers. That's weird. But I'm hearing the callers. I don't know why you can't hear the callers, but I think we can hear them. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Kevin,
Really? Okay, I don't know why, but in Conforso Omonte, who's your TV and I say phone so? Who's your phone so another TV so? Bio sound never say what in can. Oh, TV show.
Okay.
What also kasa what TV so? Also what kasa what TV so? Okay. This is weird though. All right, go ahead. If I tell you kasa.
Okay, without it. You,
All right. But that's it. All right. Thank you. All right. I don't know what's happening, but I'm being told to say you guys are not hearing. But hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, Bato Kasa. Diaboko.
No, Kevin, who said to me that I can't judiciary for some trial. We do be court to us, I make it to wait to court to that. We do be court to send truth court to us, I make it to wait to what that. I'm on my judgment here up to now, some no concord. If the Ghana had here, who can judiciary for some more? No, in fact, who did to car, and I do act again. Talk about judiciary, say, yes, zero, no, not G. On my night, you know, 24, no, because then they are working, no, they're the Ghana for any car,
but that's it.
On my night, you know, proper things. Kokorano, your tantra for Ubalano should be Kokorano,
But that's it. Let me show. Thank you very much. But that's right. Martin. Thank you. But that's boss. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. So this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to pick any more calls. We need to fix these problems before tomorrow's showing. So thank you very much. Ochna, I'll be here. Tomorrow's Friday. Remember, polls, is going to close tomorrow. I think 5 p.m. Ghana time. Inti onto Wabana. Go on Loud Silence page now. Facebook, with all due respect, page, who leads the NDC in 2024. Go on our Facebook, click it. Our picture, so below the picture, and click on it. Was a bit video page, Not what to about. Just that. That's it, and you are done. Inti. If you're watching me now on Facebook, go there and the vote. Go and vote. We don't handle the vote. Ochina Eclosia and Sana Yensabeka statistics to show to you how many people voted for Mahama and how many people voted for Coronado for dear Mopesa Olidi NDC come 2024. So I expect more NDC people to go there and cast their votes. Thank you very much. My name is Kevin Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost Team. We will meet here tomorrow to discuss Ghana. It's been wonderful having you for over 3 hours. God willing, tomorrow we'll be here. We are messengers who are ready and willing to speak truth to power. Be good. I am good. Cheers and good night.